trial begin. A corrupt administration full of such determination as it brings to the nation. As the master of the courtroom, when you're facing against your doom, it's your money I'll take soon. But the sins that you've committed, if you pay you'll be acquitted, and your crimes all permitted. Only ones with cash do well, at least in hell. Your appearance and your chatter, why would any of that matter? It's your money I'm after. There you go and call me greedy, I'm just helping out the needy. What would you do without me? In the end you all should know your life depends on me. If you want salvation then you better pay the fee. So it seems that your fate is sometimes to make decision. Now that I have my corrupted judgment, and if you seek out to free yourself from my accusation, pay up the price for your life, give all your money to me. As of now I play a father to a paraplegic daughter. It's my duty to watch her. The seven sins united and they're no longer divided. My wish now decided. In the courtroom doubt is cast, it's spelling out your doom. Villains laughing, days are passing, people's plans resumed. Oh, it seems that your fate is sometimes to make decision. Now that I have my corrupted judgment, and if I want my plan to go through nothing but precision, swing yes I must with my hammer if I'm just for you. At the trial of a killer, there's really no clear winner. Surely he is a goner. As the bride is given to know, the outcome was surprising, and the people all despised him. It's just from the
Wiener, 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 one wiener. I get another wiener. Single time with a place I call my home. Here is where you'll find your lifeless bodies all alone. When I woke up to my senses, I had no clue what this place was. All I could see was darkness. With the doors of heaven and hell barred, and there's no other but the God, master of the hellish yard.
With the sins that you've committed, if you pay you'll be acquitted, and crimes are permitted. Only ones with cash do well, at least in hell.
So smile so politely and embrace the master tightly. I whisper so softly, I won't give my fortune to the likes of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Through the door my freedom lies, I leave without farewell. While I'm walking I start falling to the depths of hell. So it seems that your fate is at the hands of my decision. Now that I have my corrupted judgment, I will not let my fate fall into another person's ruling. My sins will be judged by no one else but me. And someday I promise I'll return again to my collection. Fragments of sin will become mine in the end. By then all of hell will change and form into brighter design. Sweet paradise suited best for my daughter and I. Dreams and lies that were hidden.
Let's not do that. Thank you. All right. I think we got everything fixed and ready to go, I'm assuming. see anything else that I need besides the one thing that's left in here. Shoo! Shoo! Hi, Laura. How are you? Good to see you. I gotta be drinking. Oh man. Neat. Wow. Stuff's not working. It's not very cool to have at the start of a stream. Is stuff not work? Let's see if I got it to work correctly. Okay, got it working. I mean, if it works, it works. Oh. Hold on. We have a bit of a smidgemination. I'm muted. This music's freaking me out. Ugh. Sorry, we're doing some quick adjusting. Okay, I don't know how I did this before. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can get this stuff fixed and adjusted. Stop it. Oh man. Being a pain in my ass. Okay. I think that works actually. Nice. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Give me 1 second, I gotta fix some. That took me way too fucking much to fucking fix it. God damn. Oh my god.
Return the slab.
What?
Return the slab. Or suffer my curse.
What's your offer?
What's your offer?
What's your offer? Ugh, I got a drink too. Alright. Let's rock. Howdy, howdy. Yours Emily, yours Sophia, yours, what, huh? Oh. Okay. My bad. The rain never seems to ease at this time of year. It pours from the sky in its unending grief as if longing for something unseen. Thunder roared in the distance, even so to make the young woman flinch, but not enough to make her waver. The pendulum clock on the wall swung back and forth, ticking down the time. She seems to be late. Perhaps she is not coming after all, Emily. There's no need to make such a sullen face. Mayhaps this is for the best. She wrote that she would be here, so I shall wait. The young lady named Emily sat upright in the lounge that rested by the entryway. Her back was straight and her head was level. Do you truly believe it is safe to have visitors during the outbreak? How the fuck do you pronounce that name? I'm so bad with names. Hold on. How the hell? Okay, Lilika. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. My thing says Lilika, which is close enough. Depends on your accent, I guess it says. I believe we've been isolated long enough and Sophia has written that it is safe. I trust her word. She would not endanger us. And if your pen pal turns out to be a robber in disguise, what then? Emily smiled. She has a way with words only a woman could have. A lady robber, then. Nonsense. By the way, Lilika, have you seen my letters? Can't say that I have. A knock sounded at the door, instantly halting their conversation. Emily rose from her place and took a steady step forward before Lalika raised a hand to her. "Allow me." The door groaned as it slowly swung open and revealed a young woman who knocked at the door. She was drenched from head to toe. Emily stood shock still, unsure of what to say, but that only lasted a moment before the woman at the door bounded forward and wrapped arms around her. "Emily? Sophia?" She blinked before finally allowing her arms to wrap around Sophia's back. What is happening? "You're completely drenched. Did you forget your umbrella, perchance? Or perhaps the umbrella got carried away by the wind." Lalika pushed the door shut, sealing the building. I didn't even think to bring an umbrella. The forecast said sunny all day. My fault for believing it, I guess. Can't believe you're truly here. Me neither. About time, right? You're just as pretty as I knew you'd be. And you too, but what are you wearing? Seeing your house, I feel like I should have dressed up a little more. No, perhaps it is I that overdressed. Lalika stood to the side, her arms crossed slightly over her chest. Her long hair reached down nearly to the wooden floor. Yeah, she's got nice fucking hair. "Pardon my manners. My dear friend Lalika here is here too. I believe I wrote about her in the past." Ugh. "I remember. I've kept all your letters safe. Don't you worry." "As you should." Sorry, but is there any chance you have a towel?" "Of course, my apologies. I would usually have someone here to attend us, but everyone's been sent home. Only the three of us remain." "Let me fetch you a towel." "He's so formal." "She's so formal." Emily knew not to run, yet a part of her felt the need to almost skip in joy. She wanted desperately to be back by Sophia's side, chanting about everything they missed in their letters. The two had been pen pals for as long as she remembered. Sophia's letter had first been delivered to the manor by mistake, but for some reason Emily felt compelled to reply. Since then, the two had been best of friends, even having not met face to face. To finally meet now in the flesh has certainly been of a great excitement to Emily. She quickly retrieved the towel and made her way back to Sophia's side. Lalika stood a distance away from her, still looking vaguely unhappy. Sophia spun around, a look of surprise on her face when she saw Emily. "Sophia?" "Oh, Emily? Please use this." "Thanks. I'll bring an umbrella next time, I suppose." Sophia lightly toweled at her hair, clothing drying off from the rain she found herself caught in. "Then, if you're dried off, would you care for a tour of the house before afternoon tea?" "That sounds great. On your right side is the pantry, and down the hall is the boiler room, but you shouldn't have any need for those spaces." The two walked side by side, with Lalika trailing slightly behind. "These are all the guest bedrooms I've prepared. This one for your use. If you find anything not to your standards, you can let myself or Lalika know." "Emily, I have a feeling your standards are much higher than mine. I've never been in a house that looks like this." "No. Is your home not similar?" "Well, it's a lot smaller." "There's no shame in that. You own your property, yes?" "Yeah, I recently bought it." "With your husband?" "What? No, of course not. I'm not married." "Really? Your father allowed you to buy the property on your own?" "You speak just like how you write. I'm so surprised." "And you speak quite casually." "People usually say that about me. Being here around you makes me want to be more formal." "What need is there of formality between friends?" "So true." "Well, that's true too." This is the morning room, and next door is the dining room. We'll be having afternoon tea in the sitting room here. So many rooms. Upstairs in my bedroom, and the master bedroom. I must ask that you don't enter the master bedroom, as it belongs to my parents, who are currently away. Of course, I won't go poking around anyway. All this walking has made me parched. Shall we take afternoon tea now? What? Hold on. What? What's going on? I don't know what's happening on that side. Okay. Sure, that sounds good. But you have a seat while Lika and I prepare our food. Oh, I can come help. Nonsense. You are my guest, and it would be remiss of me to allow you to lift a finger. Remiss. That's a new one. If you insist, but I'm happy to help any time. Thank you. I'll be back soon. Please rest. Emily? It's nothing. Take your time. Sophia slipped through a doorway and disappeared. Emily smiled gently, feeling giddy from the bottom of her stomach. Isn't this lovely, Lalika? To have a new face in the house, it feels like forever. Yes, how lovely. I'm glad to see you're having fun at the least. Are you not? I'm always having fun when we're together, Emily. Ah, I see. Are you jealous? Worry not, my dear friend. Of course our friendship means just as much to me. I value you greatly. Ooh. Ooh. Just as much? Indeed. Come along, Lalika. Let us prepare tea. Did you finish the baking yesterday? The pastries are ready for serving. Excellent. I'll just fetch the tea then. Allow me. A lady of your standing shouldn't be doing such a menial task, should she? Don't be absurd. Even Sophia herself seems to be fine in the kitchen. Did you hear how she jumped to help? I should follow in her footsteps. What would your parents think of that? I appreciate the sentiment, but they took with them all of the staff. I have little choice to prepare my own tea. Exactly. I see. Then shall I attend to our guest? I wouldn't want her to become lonely. Would you? I'll only be a few minutes. Of course. Anything for you, Emily. It'll be a good chance for you to become friends, too. I'm sure it will be. I don't like that. Lalika left the kitchen with slow, deliberate steps. Emily turned back to the kitchen. I wonder which she would prefer. Green tea. Casual. Green tea would be my first choice. I'm sure Sophia will agree. There. Emily retrieved her finest teapot and 3 matching cups. Pink flowers blossomed all over the white surface. Something about it reminded her of Sophia. I'm back. Why did she look like that? Ah! Sophia? Oh, Emily. I'm sorry, you scared me. You scared me! Bruh! Is everything alright? Yes, I think I'm just a little tired. Good. I'm sorry for the delay, but I prepared the tea and the pastries. Pastries? So this is what high tea looks like. High tea will come later. This is just simple afternoon tea. Sorry, will Lalika be joining us? I believe so. She was here a moment ago. No, she wasn't here. How strange. She told me she was coming to sit with you. Perhaps she's gotten herself busy with something else. Should we wait? There's no need. It would be sad to let the tea go cold. Emily poured tea into 2 cups slowly, copying movements she'd seen Lalika do time and time again. Did you have much trouble getting here? A little. My ride broke down, so I had to walk for a bit. Broke down? I'm extremely sorry. If the staff had been here, I would have sent someone to collect you. It's okay. It's just a little rain. I wouldn't want you catching a fever. My medicine store has been running low as of late. No worries. I usually carry ibuprofen with me. God damn it. Ibuprofen? Never heard of it. Anyway, I'm glad you arrived here safely. I'll draw a bath for you later to make sure you're all warmed up properly. Thank you. Emily sipped at her tea before looking down at it with a confused expression. A little stale. I'll ask my father to procure a new batch when he arrives home. Where are your parents, by the way? Yeah, where are your fucking parents, bro? Well, we were separated due to the plague. They took the staff to wait until a cure is found. They left me here with Lalika as not to catch the disease. When did this game come out? Is that the disease I'm thinking of? Hold on. How did I fucking know it? How did I fucking know it was that? Fair enough. Right, I understand. I spent a lot of time separated from my family due to the pandemic, too. It warms my heart to find another thing in common with you, Sophia. I was surprised to hear that it's safe enough for you to visit. Perhaps that means my parents will be back soon, too. I think so. The world seems to be opening back up again. So what do you do, locked up in this big house all the time? Well, I usually spend my time sewing or playing music. I used to write, but... Well, my parents wondered if it was feminine enough. Alright, we got ads. We'll be back in a few minutes. The plague! The plague! Oh man. Alright, we're back. Take another sippy and we'll keep going. Okay. I really don't think that matters. If you enjoy it, then I say you should do it. Sophia, then what about you? Well, I'm studying art at university right now, so I guess that's what I spend most of my time on. You attend university? Yeah, although I'm thinking about dropping out. Sophia, you are truly filled with surprises. You own your own land, and you attend school. How jealous I am. Why don't you do the same? Oh, no, I'm not allowed. Of course you are. Anyone can attend within reason. But, well, wouldn't it get in the way of my marriage? You're engaged? She shook her head. No, not yet, but I'm already 19. I'm sure my father has prepared my dowry. An arranged marriage? Yes, naturally. I don't think I'll ever get married. Really? Doesn't your family object? I don't think they really mind as long as I'm happy. You don't have to either as well. Blah, blah, blah. You've given me much to think about, much indeed. Now I wonder where Lilika has disappeared to. Well, it's no matter. The evening is already coming, soon it will be dark. Shall I draw you a bath? That sounds wonderful. To be honest, I'm not hungry, so can we skip dinner tonight? Of course, if that's what you wish. Let me show you to the bathroom. You may not believe it, but my father had taps installed. Isn't that wonderful? Like, taps for a bath? That's right, we used to have our maids fill the bath, but now there's no need. Emily, you're so strange. I have taps at my house, too. Truly? You must live quite the lavish lifestyle yourself. What the hell is wrong with this girl? I don't know about that. This is the bathroom. Allow me to draw a bath for you. One moment. With haste, Emily entered the bathroom and began to fill the copper bath. It sat in the middle of a spacious bathroom. It was something Emily was particularly fond of. She smiled as it filled before rejoining her companion. Feel free to go inside and make yourself comfortable. I will return with a towel in a moment. Thanks, Emily. She disappeared inside the room, leaving Emily alone in the hall. I should like the sconces, too. The sconces? Now, where did I put those matches? God, fuck. Right here. Motherfucker. Hey! You gave me a fright, Lilika. Where have you been? Preparing the guest room for your dear friend, of course. How kind. Sophia is just preparing for a bath at the present. I'm going to retrieve a towel for her from the linen closet. Emily, I think you best send her home post-haste. Why? Why would I do that? For all you know, she brings with her the plague. Sophia says it's now safe to travel. She believes father and mother will be returning soon. I believe it is perfectly safe. And what if she lies? She wouldn't do that. Sophia is a kind, good-natured person. She wouldn't bring danger to us. Did you know that Sophia attends a local university? And she lives by herself with no husband. She said that if I wanted, I could also study. The lady of the house should not study, Emily. You must stay inside the house and await your parents. But I'm sure mother would want the best for me. Perhaps while I wait her, I can go inspect Sophia's school. Emily. You must stay inside and await your parents' return. What is your deal? But don't you trust me? Have I ever tried to lead you astray? No. I was just thinking perhaps it is truly beginning to be safe. Look, I have brought today's newspaper. Do you see the title? The plague runs rampant. Put any notion of leaving or starting away for now, yes? As soon as it is truly safe to do so, then we shall, and you will be reunited with your family. For now, it is just you and me. Hold on, I got a visitor. Her water, guys. Oh, she's thirsting to death. Even though I just refilled her water 4 minutes ago. And she chugged it down like she's never had water a day in her life.
Me too.
You too, huh? We have visitors, and they all demand water. Mother, we thirst, they say. Mother, give us sustenance, give us water. We thirst. Why do you make us thirst so, Mother? Come here, hand over.
He don't.
Hold this. Hey, let's not do that. What's up, Cece? I'll be back in a second, Cece. It's a long wiener song. My schlong song. Oh, man. Anyways, moving on. I had to go fix the small children. They were yelling at me. For now, it's just you and me. Thanks, Lalika. I'm glad you're here. As am I. Ah, the towel. Let me go retrieve it. Go ahead. I don't know. Something wrong with that girl. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. The linen cupboard was filled with various towels and bedding and all clean and folded properly thanks to Lalika. Which would suit her? She's got blue hair. This blue is almost the same color as her hair. With her chosen towel in hand, Emily returned to the bathroom door where Lalika awaited her. She first knocked at the door, and when there was no reply, she opened it carefully. The sound of the tap running still came from inside. Excuse me, I'm coming in. Sophia, I knocked, but I didn't hear a reply. I brought you a towel. Ah! Emily first saw a slender, marble-like back. Then she noticed the blue hair that fell on those bare shoulders, one side tucked carefully behind an ear. Oh. Sophia, please forgive me. I didn't realize you had already entered the bath. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. You just surprised me. I'll leave the towel over here. Thanks. Oh, man. Did you tell her that she must depart? No, Is something the matter? Are you feeling unwell? Your face is bright red. So, Sophia will stay until she decides to leave. As you wish. I'm sorry, Lalika, but the image of that small, beautiful back ran up Emily's mind. I believe it is only fair after she traveled so far, and this is my friend. I will finish preparing the guest room. Let me come help, Sophia. When you're done in there, you can come to your room. I can't speak words. From the other side of the door, Sophia's voice came in return. Okay, thanks, Emily. The guest bedroom was freshly cleaned, with new linen on the bed and a lit lantern beside it. You did a fine job of preparing the room so far. Thank you, Lalika. Anything for you. I was thinking tomorrow, if the rain has cleared up, we could open the greenhouse again and have morning tea there. It's been so long since we last used it. Didn't we already speak of this? You cannot leave the house. But surely the greenhouse will be safe. No one else uses it, and it's only a few steps from the back door. It is unsafe. You know this. What's gotten into you? Is this because of your friend? I just thought it would be nice to at least sit in the sun. Then you may sit by the window in the dining hall. Is it really so unsafe that even taking a foot outdoors would be dangerous? Yes. Sophia, I see you're done with the bath. Emily shook her head, trying to remove the image that was still plastered to it. Were you talking about the greenhouse? Yes, did you see it when you arrived? I did, but it looked as if all the plants inside had died. Well, that's impossible. It's barely been any time since the gardeners left. I'm sure the plants inside are more sturdy than that. Well, even if they died, maybe we can go in and replant some things tomorrow. How wonderful. Have you not heard a word I said? It is unsafe to do so. Oh, don't be such a spoil sport. I think it'd be perfectly fine. Well, it's getting late now, so I'll leave you to retire. If you need anything, my room is just upstairs, to the left. Good night, Sophia. Lalika left first. I did not read that. Oops. Emily, would you stay for a while? Is something the matter? Just a little homesick. Sophia Sophia snuck into the bed, sighing as her head hit the pillow. Of course, why don't we chat for a while? Then come join me. Sophia gently pat the spot beside her in the bed. In the bed? Okay. The bed was still rather firm, unused by many guests. Emily took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart, before she finally looked towards Sophia. Thanks for staying with me for a while. It's nothing to worry about, truly. I wanted to spend more time with you, too. Really? You don't find me boring. You are the most interesting person I have ever met. Don't be silly. I'm being completely honest. You truly are so unique. I think the same about you. We've never met anyone like you, really. You wrote so much about yourself, yet seeing you in person, I feel there's so much I don't know. There's plenty of time for us to tell each other everything. Then tell me something about yourself, something you've never told anyone. I'm partially blind in my right eye. Me too. Really, how well can you see? It's okay, just a little blurry, really. You tell me something. Well, when I was 12, I stole a cookie jar from the kitchen and blamed my brother. Your brother? Blamed my brother? He was scolded for hours. What a mischievous child. I'm sure your brother wasn't all too pleased. Actually, it was his idea. He knew I wanted it and told me to tell my parents if it was him if I was asked. What a good brother. Where is he now? Did he go away with your parents? Emily shook her head. He died when I was 16. Oh, I'm so sorry, Emily. What happened? Scarlet fever. Scarlet fever? This is... What? So my family was left with only me as an heir. And Wentworth is a female heir. You're worth plenty. More than plenty. Thank you, Sophia, but some days I am unsure. It is your turn again. Truthfully, I said before I didn't want to get married, but that's not exactly right. I do. Oh? I just don't want a husband. Oh. Then, I'm sorry, does that make you uncomfortable? No. I have also thought that I don't want a husband. Whenever my father has brought it up, I felt sick to my stomach. How about coming away with me for a while? Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? It's okay now. You'll be okay. You could come stay at my house. I could show you around my school. You don't have to go through an arranged marriage if you don't want to. You would do that for me? You are my dearest friend, and I actually, Yo, what the hell? Lilika? At some point, the two women had gotten close together that they could feel each other's breath on their lips. Oh, damn, we just started. The two parted with reddened cheeks, Emily quickly brushing her skirt off and standing up. I should be going to bed. Please, rest well. We can talk more about it in the morning, right? Right. Good night, Emily. I'll see you tomorrow. We just started. Bruh. Lilika? It is late. You should retire to your bedroom. Yes, I shall. It's nice having someone else around, isn't it? I feel as if the manor is coming back to life. I hope we see Mother and Father soon. I'm sure we will. Shall I send you to bed? Yes, please. I don't like this long-haired Lilika person. She gives me the willies. The hallway was darkened, with only a few sconces and candles lit along the way. Usually that would fill Emily with a sense of comfort, but right now, the flickering flames seemed to make her feel more distressed. Whether that was because of the way her mind was racing, or the way her heart was beating, she didn't know. Take a drink real quick, 1 second. I'm gonna have to be taking a lot of drink breaks because my throat does not like it. But I don't care. For the love of the game, guys. For the love of the game. Ugh. What are you thinking, Laura? Is she giving you the willies, or it's just me? As she rose up the grand staircase, her eyes lingered on the large stained glass window. The moon shone through the colored glass, leaving a rainbow of colors over the steps. It caught her attention for only a moment, but she retreated to her bedroom. Lilika, may I ask you a question? Certainly. Have you heard of a woman loving another woman as a woman would love a man? Where did you hear about such a thing? Nowhere particular, it was just a thought that came to mind. I think you are overtaught because of all the excitement, Emily. I think it's best you get some rest. Yes. All right. Good night, Lilika. Good night, Emily. Good morning. I was just on my way to see if Sophia has awakened yet. Emily? Sophia disappeared during the night. I believe she went to the same place your parents went. What? That cannot be right. Don't run! Emily dashed down the hall, knocked quickly on the door to the guest bedroom, which fell open with no resistance. Inside, the bedding was disheveled, her luggage strewn about. This is not true. She wouldn't just leave without saying goodbye. Dearie me, I'm sorry. I told you it's a bad idea for anyone to visit, didn't I? This isn't fair. I thought she said we would... There, come here. Malika wrapped her thin arms around the young woman, gently patting her back. See, you shouldn't depend on anyone else. I'm here. I won't ever leave you. Emily clutched at her back, tears already falling from her eyes. We'll be together forever. I just got an achievement for that, too. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Well, that's the end of the game, guys. Hope you had a good day. I'll see y'all later. Let's go raid out. For legal reasons, I'm only fucking with you. Yeah, that makes sense. She seems pretty, what's the word? Airhead? Kind of? Like, she's not picking up context clues the way she should. But now we get to see Sophia. The rain never seems to cease this time of year. It pours from the sky in its unending grief as if longing for something unseen. No, I figured something was up when we walked in and Sophia had that look on her face. Lilika said or did something when we weren't looking. I can tell. I've been playing these games for as long as I can remember. It's been forever. Hiccup. The taxi gently rocked as the road turned to rubble and the rubble turned into an overgrown dirt track. Outside of the window, Sophia could barely see a few feet away through the raging storm. It made her feel uneasy. In her lap, a letter. She read the words again, despite knowing them off by heart. Dear Sophia, how glad I am to hear that you are well. I am healthy, although I believe I may have a problem of the heart. It has gotten quite lonely waiting here for my parents to return. I want to run a poll. Who thinks that Lilika chick killed her fucking parents? I'm betting dollars to donuts she killed her fucking parents. I'm thankful to have Lilika residing with me, but I still await the day where my family will be reunited. But you say that it is safe enough for you to visit, truly. I've never dared to dream of being able to see you in the flesh. If it is true, then I will await you at the address written on the back of this letter. Yours, Emily. I don't know, I have a feeling she did something. The vibe that I get from her. And I purposely am going into this blind. You sure you have the address right? We're in the middle of nowhere. Sophia stared at the fragile handwritten address that Emily had left her, had trusted to her. Yes, this is the right way. I'm sure of it. Her heart wouldn't settle. Meeting what could be a stranger in the middle of nowhere on a day like this. Who wouldn't be nervous? Yet there was something else. Eagerness, a thrill, something beyond mere nerves that had turned into excitement. She could barely manage the hand that had penned the letters she had been receiving for years on end, let alone a face. But for some reason, her heart still beat hard when she when reading the words of the mysterious young lady of 19, from manor far out in the middle of nowhere, wrote to her. Desperate to calm her jitters, she pulled out her phone. That's why I'm like, fuck, what the hell? Looking to send her worried family one last message of reassurance, only to find it wouldn't switch on. I'm sure it was fully charged. The rain was falling even more heavily now. In the distance, the building sprang into view. It was surrounded by a tall metal fence with an ornate gate firmly shut at the front. Just then, the taxi sputtered and rolled to a stop, smoke rising from the hood. What the? I had this serviced a week ago. Is something wrong? Sorry, miss. Looks like we're out of action. It's okay. I think we're nearly there anyway. Pulling the cash from her wallet, she handed over her fare and stepped out of the car. Man, that poor fucking taxi driver. Rain bucketed down from above, soaking her to the very core. She shivered as she dashed towards the iron gate. Surprisingly, it pushed open with little effort, and not even a creak. Sophia stopped in front of a large wooden door, finally free from the seemingly never-ending downpour. From afar, that door had seemed inviting enough, but now it looked awfully large and imposing. Yet she raised her fist and knocked anyway. Silence followed. Is this not the right place after all? The door swung open, this time with a low, menacing groan. On the other side of the door was a girl with fair girl with long brown hair and golden eyes. Sophia, forgetting the fact that she was soaking wet, rushed forward and embraced the girl. Emily! Sophia? Emily's gentle arms wrapped around Sophia's back in return, and finally, all of Sophia's worries melted away. My, you're completely drenched. Did you forget your umbrella, perchance? Or perhaps her umbrella got carried by the wind. Behind Sophia, the door swung shut without any assistance. I didn't even think to bring an umbrella. The forecast said sunny all day. My fault for believing it, I guess. I can't believe you're truly here. Me neither. About time, right? You're just as pretty as I knew you'd be. Huh. And you too, but what are you wearing? Seeing your house, I feel like I should have dressed up a little more. No, perhaps it is I that is overdressed. Sophia smiled. Somehow her dress seemed to fit her riding style perfectly. Old-fashioned, and yet very neat and respectable. She felt a slight heat rising to her cheeks. She really was so refined and so elegant. Pardon my manners, my dear friend Lilika is here too. I believe I wrote about her in the past. I remember. I've kept all your letters safe, don't worry. As you should. Is there any chance you have a towel? Of course, my apologies. I would usually have someone here to attend to us, but everyone's been sent home. Only the three of us remain. Let me fetch you a towel. Emily withdrew from the hug. She was a little taller than Sophia, despite both being the same age. Sophia peered up at her from below before she disappeared down a hallway into another room. This really is a manor. When she told me about her house, I almost didn't believe it. A layer of dust rested against a tabletop, along with a few other items. On the settee, a newspaper sat open. Read that fucking newspaper. The settee was a deep emerald green. It looked almost unused despite its apparent age. On it rested a newspaper open in a few pages. Sophia turned her head to read the headline, but from afar could only read the word plague. She reached across to pick up the newspaper. Behind Sophia, the window began to shake with wind as her fingertips grazed the surface. It's so windy. Oh shit. She spun around just in time to see the front door fly open, and the howling wind filled the entryway. She scrambled to the door and with great effort shut it again. Phew. Emily? When Sophia spun back around, the newspaper and items on the table were all gone. Sophia? Oh. Please, use this. Thanks. I'll bring an umbrella next time, I promise. Sophia took the towel in her hand. It was soft but somewhat old. She lightly dried her hair and clothes but still found herself cold. Then, now if you're dried off, would you care for a tour of the house before afternoon tea? That sounds great. On your right is the pantry. On that down the hall is the boiler room, but you shouldn't have to worry about any of that need for those spaces. The two walk side by side, alone in such a big manner. These are all the guest bedrooms I have prepared. This one for your use. If you find anything not to your standards, you can let myself or Lilika know. Drink. Hold on. I should have a drink counter for this fucking game. I have a feeling your standards are much higher than mine. I've never been in a house that looks like this. No? Is your home not similar? Well, it's a lot smaller. There's no shame in that. You own your property, yes? Yeah, I recently bought it. With your husband? What? No, of course not. I'm not married. Your father allowed you to buy property on your own? Emily, you speak just how you write. I'm so surprised. And you speak, quite casually. People usually say that about me. Being here around you makes me want to be more formal. What is there formality between friends? That's true, too. This is the morning room, and next door is the dining room, and we'll be having afternoon tea in the sitting room here. So many rooms. Upstairs is my bedroom, and the master bedroom, but I must ask that you not enter the master bedroom, as it belongs to my parents, who are currently away. From the landing below, Sophia could see the door to the master bedroom. For some reason, her eyes were glued to it. Come inside. Come open the door. We are waiting for you. Of course, I wouldn't go poking around anyway. What the fuck? Sophia shook her head. Time seemed to resume around her. All this walking has made me parched. Shall we take afternoon tea here? Sure, that sounds good. Why don't you have a seat while Lilika and I prepare our food? Oh, I can come help. Nonsense. You are my guest, and it would be remiss of me to allow you to lift a finger. I can defy my fate. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? I want to see what the fuck happened to her, because like I said, I have a dollars to donuts that fucking Lilika did something. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going as is. Keep it.
Little test. It's a little uneven though. But it will go back to being down once it's starting to cook.
Yeah, that's a lot of onion in there, but yeah. Once it cooks down, yeah, it'd be pretty good.
Use one, two, well, it goes down because it's raw and it gets blended.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I really taste the onion in it, but when it cooks down, it'll be way better.
Yeah.
That's really good. Even as is.
Yeah, and what's it called? And it's healthy.
It is very. I see that. A lot of vegetables in there.
There's tomatoes,
Tomatoes. I saw it.
tomatoes, carrot, onion. Yeah. I was trying to say onion the whole time and I forgot about it.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe a little pinch of garlic in there.
I already did.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why you taste that much onion because I put a lot more garlic in it.
Yeah. Shout out to Mex for making a very healthy dinner tonight, guys. It was really good sauce. If you insist, but I'm happy to help anytime. Thank you, I'll be back soon. Please rest. Emily? Yes? It's nothing. Take your time. Yeah, W Mex for sure. The room was spacious and dead silent apart from Sophia's footsteps as she crossed the wooden floor. Like, this specific spot, I was like, what the fuck happened to her? Each step was deliberate and slow as her eyes searched the room. Nothing in particular stood out. Large windows showed a glimpse of the outside world through the curtains. The rain was still coming down hard, obscuring her view. The windows shook every now and then, but the wind had seemed to die down a little. What's up, Chili? Behind her, a chair at the dining table had been pulled out, as if waiting for her to sit down. Emily? Was that you? Emily? Oh, shit. Alright, hold on. Oh, is it from... Oh, I did that wrong. Hold on. Her hand rested against her chest, begging her heart to calm. Or Lalika? Whether a hollow laugh sounded through the room or not, she wasn't sure. She quietly sat down in the seat that was left for her. It does smell really good. He just brought me a taste of the sauce, and oof, I'm dying. I'm really hungry. The table is already set, but once again she noticed a thin layer of dust on the surface. Through the silence, Sophia could hear it again. Footsteps, but this time directly from above. The master bedroom? Oh shit! In front of her very eyes, Sophia watched the scene unfold. A woman not only older than 40 removed her shoes, stepped onto the table, yet nothing was disturbed. I was not told. She reached up and took hold of the noose. The rope wrapped around her neck like the finest pearl necklace. Join me. The woman's eyes locked onto Sophia's. Her hand was outstretched, waiting to be taken. A rusty smell filled her nose, accented with the faint smell of perfume. Sophia shivered in response, her breath frosty on her lips. She reached for the hand, slowly. I'm back! Yeah, if you want to make enchiladas tomorrow, I'll see about having some more enchilada sauce sending, because that is not enough. I did not get the right stuff. Sophia? Nope, we're gonna keep going. Oh, Emily. I'm sorry, you scared me. Yep. Thank you, Hot Lung. We'll see you later. Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone. Sophia stared at the spot the woman was at only a moment ago. Both she and the noose had disappeared. It did! I think I might have to clear Lalika's name. I think we're dealing with something completely different. My bad. My bad, G. Yes, I think I'm just a little tired. Good. I'm sorry for the delay, but I prepared tea and the pastries. Crockpot, casserole. Crockpot's clean, casserole dish is clean. We have a lot of the small tortillas. That's what we have right now. And they should work about the same. You just have to use more of them. So this is what high tea looks like. High tea will come later. This is just simple afternoon tea. Will Lalika be joining us? I believe so. She was here a moment ago. No, she wasn't here. How strange. She told me she was coming to sit with you. Perhaps she's gotten herself busy with something else. Yeah, there's a whole big pack of them in the fridge. Yeah, I know. I have a lactose intolerance medicine. Should we wait? There's no need. It would be sad to let the tea go cold. Sophia watched as the tea filled the two of the three cups. The third cup sat empty. For some reason, the very sight filled her with dread. She picked up the cup and brought it to her lips. It was green tea. The taste was bitter and musty, with her heart on edge. She placed her cup back down on the saucer, smiling towards Emily. Did you have much trouble getting here? A little. My ride broke down, so I had to walk for a bit. Broke down? I'm extremely sorry. If the staff had been here, I would have sent someone to collect you. It's okay. It's just a little rain. I wouldn't want you catching a fever. My medicine store has been running low of late. No worries. I usually carry ibuprofen with me. Ibuprofen? I've never heard of it. Anyway, I'm glad you arrived here safely. I will draw a bath for you later to make sure you are warmed up properly. Thank you. Emily sipped at her tea before looking down at it with a confused expression. A little stale. I'll ask my father to procure a new batch when he arrives home. Where are your parents? Well, we were separated due to the plague. They took the staff to wait until a cure is found, and left me here with Lalika as not to catch the disease. Right, I understand. I spent a lot of time separated from my family due to the pandemic, too. It warms my heart to find another thing in common with you, Sophia. I was surprised to hear that it's safe enough for you to visit. Perhaps it means my parents will be back soon too. I think so. The world seems to be opening back up again. So what do you do locked up in this big house all the time? Well, I usually spend my time sewing or playing music. I used to write, but... Well, my parents wondered if it was feminine enough. I really don't think that matters. If you enjoy it, then I say you should do it. Sophia? Then what about you? Well, I'm studying art at university right now, so I guess that's what I spend most of my time on. You attend university? Yeah, although I'm thinking about dropping out. Hold on. Sophia, you are truly filled with surprises. You own your own land. You attend school. How jealous I am. I gotta readjust my fuck-ass chair, bro. I gotta readjust everything. Goddamn. Hold on. I forgot my hair is still in a fucking bun from work. Ugh. Sorry. Why don't you do the same? Oh, no, I'm not allowed. Of course you are. Anyone can attend within reason. But, well, wouldn't it get in the way of my marriage? You're engaged? Emily shook her head. No, not yet, but I'm already 19. I'm sure my father has prepared my dowry. An arranged marriage? Yes, naturally. I don't think I'll ever get married. Really? Doesn't your family object? I don't think they really mind as long as I'm happy. You don't have to either, you know. You've given me much to think about, much indeed. Now I wonder where Lilika has disappeared to. Well, it's no matter. The evening is already coming, and soon it will be dark. Shall I draw you a bath? That sounds wonderful. To be honest, I'm not hungry, so can we skip dinner tonight? Of course, if that's what you wish. Let me show you to the bathroom. Before she left the room, Sophia took one last look at where the noose once hung. Ugh. There's been a scarily least amount of Lalika hanging around. You may not believe it, but my father had taps installed. Isn't that wonderful? Like, taps for a bath? That's right, we used to have our maids fill the bath, but now there's no need. Emily, you're so strange. I have taps in my house, too. Truly, you must live quite the lavish lifestyle yourself. I don't know about that. This is the bathroom. Allow me to draw the bath for you. One moment. Alone in the hallway, Sophia peered back up at the grand staircase, past the large stained glass window, and the dark door that shut tight. A moment later, Emily popped out of the bathroom. Feel free to go inside and make yourself comfortable. I will return with a towel in a moment. That's what I was saying, because she's 19. It was 3 years ago that her brother died of scarlet fever. What do you mean this homie died of scarlet fever? Bruh. I'm thinking this girl, something wrong with this Emily chick, man. She's like stuck in the past somehow. Because even the taxi driver. Thanks, Emily. Water spewed from the rusted pipes into the steel-lined wooden bathtub. Everything else was silent. Sophia took careful steps forward and peered into the bath. All seemed normal. With a sigh, she finally let her shoulders relax, yet in her mind, all she could see was that woman with her outstretched hand reaching towards her. She clutched her hand to her chest. It still shook. Sophia stumbled forward until her hands rested on either side of the washroom basin. Her fingers held tight until her knuckles were bone white. It's okay, Sophia. Ooh, jeez. You're just tired. Her eyes traveled up to the mirror. It was embellished with a golden frame. She stared at her reflection. She was still herself. It was all a figment of her imagination. It was all a fig Newton of her imagination. That's when she saw it. In the mirror, standing behind her, was a young woman with long blonde hair that nearly reached to the floor and deep blood-red eyes. She didn't try to speak or make any movement. She just stared at her with big, dark eyes. Who? Sophia wanted to spin around to confront the girl, but her whole body was frozen stiff. The young woman finally started to move. One step at a time, maintaining eye contact with the mirror, she crept closer, closer and closer, until Sophia swore she could feel her breath on the back of her neck. Her mouth seemed to be moving, but no words escaped her lips. Who are you? She spun around, but no one was there. God damn, Lalika, back up! The water overflowed from the tub, spilling out over the floor. Sophia rushed to turn off the tap and noticed it. The water that came from the tap was red. A dark, deep red. She hurriedly turned the tap for what felt like forever, and finally it stopped. Sophia stared at the dark liquid inside the tub. Without a thought, her hand dipped in. She withdrew it, each finger was dyed red. Something about it captivated Sophia. She undressed one layer at a time, peeling away the still damp clothing, stepping forward and into the bathtub. Don't get in there! Bruh! She sank down, down until everything under her shoulders was submerged in liquid. It felt heavier than water, much heavier. As she stared directly ahead, those blood-red eyes reflected in her mind. Why not just end it here? You're scared, aren't you? Just sink down. Accept your fate. Accept it. She could no longer hear the sound of the door opening as her face sunk down in the liquid, her eyes shut. Sophia? I knocked, but I did not hear a reply. I brought you a towel. Ah! Sophia's eyes sprung open. The water was clear. The tap was still running, causing it to overflow onto the floor once again. Sophia drew her knees to her chest. Still facing away from Emily's voice, heat rose to her cheeks. Being seen like this. By her. Oh, Sophia, please forgive me. I didn't realize you had already entered the bath. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. You just surprised me. I'll leave this towel over here. Thanks. The door shut again. Sophia finally turned to look back where Emily once stood. No one was there anymore. Not Emily, not a woman in a long green dress, or a lady with blonde hair. She sighed. What is going on? She sank into the water, although this time fully conscious of what she was doing. Not feeling all that much better, she stepped out, took a hold of the towel that Emily had left for her. Water fell from her body as she stared at the cloth. The towel was blue, similar to her hair. The towel was old, full of holes, and what seemed to be burn marks. Ugh. Reluctantly, she wrapped it around her body. From outside the door, Emily's voice called out to her. Let me come help Sophia. When you're done in there, you can come to your room. Okay, thanks, Emily. Who is she helping? Lalika? She shivered. The room had become awfully cold. The towel did little to bring her warmth. She picked up her discarded clothes and redressed. Her clothes felt foreign and wrong on her. She took a deep breath and swallowed hard. I'm okay. The hall was already darkened with no light spilling in from the windows. A few sconces attached to the walls were lit with live flames, but it offered little in the way of calming her. Step, step, step. The floor creaked under her weight. She stopped outside her bedroom. Inside she could hear talking. She put her ear to the door. Didn't we already speak of this? You cannot leave the house. But surely the greenhouse would be safe. No one else uses it, and it's only a few steps from the back door. It's unsafe. You know this? What's gotten into you? Is it because of your friend? I just thought it'd be nice to at least sit in the sun. Then you may sit by the window in the dining hall. Is it really so unsafe that even taking a foot outdoors would be dangerous? Yes. Sophia opened the door and entered the room. Emily stood by herself, making the bed. Sophia! What? What do you mean? Now hang on a fucking second. Sophia, I see you're done with the bath. Sophia looked away, thinking of what had happened in that bathroom. Were you talking about the greenhouse? Yes, did you see it when you arrived? I did, but it looks as if the plants had died. Well, that's impossible. It's barely been any time at all since the gardeners left. I'm sure the plants inside are more sturdy than that. Well, even if they had died, maybe we can still go in and replant some things tomorrow. Oh, I don't like that. How wonderful. Have you not heard a word I said? It is unsafe to do so. Oh. Oh, don't be such a spoil sport. I think it'll be perfectly fine. Well, it's getting late now, so I'll leave you to retire. If you need anything, my room is just upstairs, on the left. Good night, Sophia. The door shifted before Emily could even reach it. Sophia's eyes locked in on the movement. Emily, would you stay a while? Is something the matter? Just a little homesick. Sophia sat down on the bed before resting her head on the pillow. It was hard. Of course. Why don't we chat a while? Then come join me. Sophia gently pat the spot beside her in the bed. In the bed? Okay. Sophia looked towards Emily in the low light. Right now she seemed hauntingly beautiful, as if she were nothing more than a ghost. Foreshadowing? I feel like somebody's a ghost around here. Thanks for staying with me for a while. It's nothing to worry about, truly. I wanted to spend more time with you, too. Really? You don't find me boring? You're the most interesting person I've ever met. Don't be silly. I am being completely honest. You truly are so unique. I think the same about you. I've never met anyone like you, really. Her mind flashed back to all she had seen. Really, she truly had never met anyone like Emily. You wrote so much about yourself, yet seeing you in person, I fear there is so much I don't know. There's plenty of time for us to tell each other everything. Then tell me something about yourself, something you've never told anyone. I'm partially blind in my right eye. Really? How well can you see? It's okay, just a little blurry, really. You could tell me something. Tell me something, she thought. Tell me what's going on here. Tell me I'm not insane. Well, when I was 12, I stole the cookie jar from the kitchen and blamed my brother. He was scolded for hours. What a mischievous child. I'm sure your brother wasn't all too pleased. Actually, it was his idea. He knew I wanted it. He told me to tell my parents it was him if I was asked. What a good brother. Where is he now? Did he go away with your parents? She shook her head. He died when I was 16. Oh, I'm so sorry, Emily. What happened? Scarlet fever, so my family was left with only me as an heir. And what worth is a female heir? You're worth plenty. More than plenty. Thank you, Sophia, but some days I am unsure. It is your turn again. Truthfully, I said before I didn't want to get married, but that's not exactly right. I do. Oh? I just don't want a husband. Then, I'm sorry, does that make you uncomfortable? No. What is happening right now? Okay. I have also thought that I don't want a husband. Whenever my father has brought it up, I felt sick to my stomach. How about coming away with me for a while? Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? Yes, away. Away from this place. It's okay now. You'll be okay. You can come stay at my house. I could show you around my school. You don't have to go through an arranged marriage if you don't want to. You would do that for me? You are my dearest friend, and I actually... Lalika? At some point, the two women had gotten close enough together they could feel each other's breath on their lips. The two parted with reddened cheeks. Emily quickly brushing her skirt off and standing up. I should be going to bed. Please rest well. We can talk more about it in the morning, right? Right. Good night, Emily. I'll see you tomorrow. She left the room. Meanwhile, Sophia's eyes studied the space. Accept my fate? Accept my fate! For some reason, Sophia just couldn't sit still. She tried to lay down to rest, but she turned this way and that, uneasy. I'll go get some water. The hallway was dark, with most of the sconces having been blown out already. Sophia stepped carefully through the space, conscious of the sound her footsteps created. The kitchen was by the stairwell. Hand-painted portraits were lined up in rows on either side of the hall. She stared up at the grand staircase. Each step was inviting, enticing her to make the ascent. Her eyes stared once again at the imposing stained glass window, and then the doors that awaited upstairs. Her hand rested against the kitchen door, her fingers dancing over the handle. It stayed there as her mind debated with itself. Waiting. Come here. Come visit us. Her hand dropped to the side as she ascended, past the glass window, into the next floor. 2 doors awaited her. A chill ran through the air as the scene played out before her. 2 women dragged a man's body up the staircase, leaving a trail of blood on the otherwise pristine carpet. They pushed open one of the doors. The man's head hit the final step, but he made no move to stop them, nor cried out in pain. He was already long dead. The figures disappeared into the room. When Sophia blinked, the door was shut again. She trembled. The master bedroom. From behind that closed door, a voice called out to her, but the words were much too faint to make out. Her hand rested against the handle. Sophia couldn't stop it from shaking. With a careful motion, she pushed the door open. A musty smell came further from inside the dark room. Sophia, peering into the darkness, quickly took hold of one of the lit candles near the room and stepped inside. A portrait sat above a large canopied bed. The curtains were pulled back, hiding whatever was inside. In the portrait, Emily sat beside a woman with a green dress, brown hair done up in a bun. Standing behind them was a man with an opposing brow and a large beard. A family of mice ran from under the bed and out of the room. Sophia jumped to the side, narrowly avoiding them. Step, step, step. Each step brought her closer to that bed. Each step made her chest feel heavier, tighter. She stood before the bed, reaching a trembling hand to the curtains that hid whatever lay inside. A wind blew from somewhere unseen, her candle extinguished. Behind her, the door shut, and the room plunged into near complete darkness. Emily? Is that you? I'm sorry I came in here after you asked me not to. I'll just go now, okay? Her body fell forward before she had a moment to react. She tumbled through the curtains, landing on something hard that rested on the bed. What? The curtains flew open, and the moon shone from outside. Oh God! Ah! Ugh. Ah! The body she was expecting to find was absent. In its place, 2 skeletons long ago decayed. They lay side by side, one smaller, the other larger. But now, one was on either side of her. Her scream pierced through the air, but no one came running. She tried desperately to squirm, to run, but felt as if something was sitting on her, holding her down. As she struggled, she saw it. 2 dark red eyes hanging above her, watching. Oh shit, you won't take her away from me. Well, shit. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Oh. I can't do Lilica's until I finish hers, I guess. Okay, I knew them bitches were probably dead. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead since we've already read everything. I'm just gonna skip until, wait, hit these. I figure them fucking ass bitches were fucking dead, man. Okay. We got ads. Hello. Yeah.
Good try it. Can you taste any? Yeah. A little bit. A little myself of that.
Way better.
That's good. So cooking. Or at least care to be soft at least. Because it's okay if potatoes are not soft.
Potatoes should be soft too, it's okay.
You want to be soft?
Yes, please. I don't like biting into a hard potato. That's fine. Okay, we looked at the tabletop or the newspaper earlier, so... Here we go. She ran her finger over the tabletop. The wood was carved with an intricate pattern that rounded along the edges of the surface. As she reached across to pick up the book that... Am I okay? Yeah, he was giving me some of the food to try, and I wanted more of it. I was kind of sad. I was like, damn. More. No. Because he wanted me to try the broth. So I grabbed the bowl thinking it was like a full bowl of food. And it was just like a little bit of broth. I was like, damn. Behind Sophia, the window began to shake in the wind as her fingertips grazed the surface. It's so windy. Yep. Alright, we're defying my fate. Actually, is it okay if I ask you something? Of course it is. Is there someone else in the house with us? There's no one else apart from myself, you, and Lalika. And Lalika is... She's just gone to the kitchen. Didn't you see her enter? No! Right, my vision must be playing up. Is something the matter? No, it's fine. I'll wait for you inside. Right. So this looking text is what I've already seen. Actually, this will fix it. Emily, something is the matter, isn't it? Did something happen within this room? Happen? What exactly do you mean? Did a woman with brown hair tied into a bun and a dark green dress ever live here? Well, it sounds to me like you're describing my mother. Your mother. Yes, she's just as you described, but you couldn't have seen her. She's still away. Right. Let me pour us some tea before it gets cold. Okay. Emily, wait a moment. Yes? What does Lalika look like? What a funny question. You've seen her plenty of times already. With my eye, sometimes I struggle a little. Right, my apologies. She has long blonde hair done up like this. She pretended to put her tail into two low ponytails. What color are her eyes? Red, and she wears a dress of white and black with a red ribbon the same color as her eyes. Thank you, Emily. Good night. See you in the morning. Are you here, Lalika? Silence followed. If I stay here, will I live to see tomorrow? More silence. She gulped. The flame by the side of her bed flickered wildly. Sophia laid back, shutting her eyes, but she felt as if someone was watching her, waiting. Waiting and biding their time. Cold tendrils wrapped around her throat like a snake, cool, like ice and getting tighter and tighter. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't even move. She opened her eyes, but there was no one there. She wasted no time. She jumped to her feet and quickly shoved them back into her shoes and headed for the door. It opened without any resistance. Outside the room, the hallway was dark, lit only by a handful of candles and sconces. Sophia swallowed, then stepped out. The house was silent. She took careful steps, but the floorboards still creaked loudly beneath her. During the day, she'd even noticed it, but now, wrapped in darkness, it just seemed as if those small sounds would wake whatever was sleeping inside this house. Amelie? Lilica? She whispered, but heard no response. Upon being met with only more silence, her footsteps sped up.
Here, nice apple.
A sample?
Yeah, it's like potatoes and that carrot. I'm gonna put more seasoning into it because I'm gonna put whatever you want in.
Maybe a little bit of the beef seasoning?
Yeah, I barely use any seasoning. It's really reduced down. The only seasoning I used was for the tomato sauce, which was a chicken one.
It's almost there.
Okay.
A little longer on the carrots and the potatoes are perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep those hot dogs because they're fighting me.
Mhm.
They're probably chicken right. It's been like an
yeah.
hour getting snacks and everything, and they're still hungry.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like a tad bit of like the beef seasoning in there, maybe?
Okay, I haven't put any in the seasoning in there.
No, I know, it's like...
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll taste good. Oh my god, that was so good. Far in the distance, she heard something shift. A slight sound, one that wouldn't normally be noticed. But for Sophia, it was enough to make her heart race. She sped to the end of the hall and stood at the bottom of the grand staircase. Above, her eyes honed in on two doors in particular. The master bedroom and the door to Amelie's room. Amelie. The choice was obvious. Sophia ran up the stairs and stood in front of the door to her pen pal's room. But when she went to knock, the door fell open. Amelie, are you in here? She received no reply. Sophia's head spun around. From somewhere deep in the dark, a gentle tune was being played skillfully. Her arms dropped to her side. The sound consumed her. She drifted back out of Amelie's bedroom, chasing that dreamy song. Step, step, step. Through the darkness, all that mattered was that song. She came to at the end of the hallway. A single door stood in front of her way. A bookcase was pushed to the side. Without a second thought, she pulled it open. In the center of the room, surrounded by candles, Amelie sat, her skirt fanned out around her. Spread out over the floor were piles of letters. Upon closer inspection, each one was filled with the words that had been crossed out and signed with yours, Marion. Amelie? Amelie, are you awake? Who the fuck is Marion? Her eyes were shut tight, yet her hands moved enough to play this sorrowful tune. Please listen to me, Amelie. Lilica isn't... I'm not what? You're not going to leave her, aren't you? Sophia heard the door shut behind her. She backed up quickly, tried the handle, but it was stuck. Her eyes finally opened. In place of usual golden eyes was a glare of deep red. Snap out of it, please, snap out of it. You want to take her away? Amelie, please. One by one, the candles blew out, and the two were plunged into darkness. Amelie's body slumped forward and crashed into the ground. It's nice to meet you, Sophia. I'm sure we're going to have a fun time living together. Since you will be staying with us all, right? After all, right? Oh, shit. Well, fuck. Yeah, why is it? The woman sat beside the man with an imposing brow and a large beard. The man wheezed and coughed, but kept holding the newspaper in his hands. The front page read the following. The Great Plague of London. That is not the plague I was thinking of. The Great Plague of London, 7,000 deceased. The man frowned at the words. Potentially? I was thinking the COVID plague. I think we're talking about two different plagues here, or both. How utterly preposterous. What on earth are physicians doing? The lady next to him coughed into her handkerchief. When she pulled it away from her mouth, it was stained red with blood. I'm sure they're trying their best, my dear. Their best is going to kill everyone. Forget this rubbish. Emily is still well and finally of age to marry. We will find a suitor for her before she becomes sick. If we send her out there, then she will certainly grow sick. She should stay here, locked in a room, until it is safe to leave. No man will want a woman who has spent only her good years locked in her bedroom. But she will be safe. Ow! The lady held her cheek, which reddened after the impact. The Lord glared at her from behind his bushy brows. You would do well to remember who she belongs to, who you belong to. The lady blinked, trying desperately to stop her eyes from welling up. Laliga, please come here. Her voice carried through the otherwise empty home. Time seems to pause for a few moments before a woman with blonde hair cascading behind her entered the room. She wore the dress of a maidservant and a neutral expression that wavered just so after seeing the mark left by the Lord's hand. She stepped forward, crossing the tile floor with slow steps that seemed to match the pace of the thunder that roared outside. The lady nodded to the maid. The maid nodded back to the lady. The moon reflected from the metal object in the maid's hand as she swung it down to the Lord's throat. Holy shit! He let out a gargled scream. Blood splattered out from his mouth. He tried to speak, tried to yell, but it was too late. He fell forward onto the floor. The tiles darkened into a crimson red. He squirmed and crawled, searching for something that no one would ever know. Before he fell still only a few minutes later. Holy shit. The lady stared at the scene. Her heart raced, and a laugh escaped her lips. Finally. You'll never hurt Emily. I hope you rot in hell. The maid wiped the knife against the small white hand towel. The stains would never fully be removed. My lady, I will deal with the body. I will help you. He is too much for you to carry alone. But my lady, you are sick. And I will get no better sitting here. The two grabbed him by an arm, each dragged him towards the stairwell, leaving a trail of blood in their wake. Well, shit. No other words passed from their lips as they executed their task. They reached the end of the hall and began to ascend to the first floor. The Lord's head hit each step with a soft thunk, so that's what she was seeing. Thunk, thunk, thunk. The house was silent in all other regards. Two doors sat next to each other. Both were shut tight. As the two women reached the top of the stairwell, the maid pushed open the door to the master bedroom and entered. The room was spacious and clean, with fresh bedding left by the maid just that same morning. On the wall above the bed, a newly painted family picture. The two struggled and finally lifted the man into the bed. His face was stuck in a terrified expression. His clothes were ruined. You will protect Emily, right? I'll do anything you desire. Then let us begin. Lightning struck somewhere in the distance, lighting up the otherwise darkened room, showing many things that should have been left unseen. The maid removed her shoes and crawled into the bed sheets beside the corpse while the lady dipped her fingers into the Lord's wound and drew a line of blood around the bed. She spoke softly to no one in particular, chanting words that should never be chanted. When she was done, she stepped over the threshold and approached the maid. Never let anyone hurt her. Protect her, no matter what. I will, my lady. Thank you, Lalika. You'll never truly understand how much your actions mean to me. The lady leant forward, and left a soft kiss against the maid's lips. It was brief and gentle, something the two had wished to share for longer than either would admit. As the lady pulled away, the maid drew her knife, still smudged with blood, and brought it to her veins. Goodbye, Lalika. Goodbye, my lady. Ugh. The maid bled out slowly, painfully slowly. The lady gasped for air and clawed at her neck. Everything in the manor became still. Everything apart from a young lady named Emily who sat upright in her bed, felt a deep dread in the pit of her stomach, and another young lady named Lalika who stood over two corpses lying beside each other in bed. Well, shit. The young lady named Lalika stared at the maid in the bed. Her own face. Her own blood seeping through the bed. And yet here she stood. She looked at herself in the mirror and saw a different person entirely. She was no longer the maid. She was Lalika. Her voice was softer, her hair longer. It worked. When she turned back towards the bed, Lalika froze. Both of the bodies were gone. And in their places, 2 skeletons. How long has it been? She walked towards the door, found it locked. Digging through the tattered clothes of the dead maid, she retrieved the key and opened it. The door beside the master bedroom sat ajar just enough for Lalika to peer in. Emily sat on the end of her bed, staring at herself in a small handheld mirror while brushing her hair. She hummed a quiet tune but froze when her eyes met Lalika's. Who are you? I am Lalika. Lalika, but your mother told me you had a maid named Lalika. What a coincidence. What are you doing here? How long has your mother been gone? My mother? I saw her. She frowned and clutched at her head as if she couldn't quite remember. I saw her just this morning. I see. Your parents have been left. The parents have left, been cured of the plague. They asked me to stay here with you until they can return. Really? A cure truly exists. That's right. So, until then, how about we be friends? Emily's face lit up, and their eternal friendship began. How many years have passed since that day? Neither could tell. Time seemed to stand still within that manor, out in a field in the middle of nowhere. That's the way Lalika wished it to stay. Lalika, a letter has arrived. What? Her blood ran cold as Emily stared at the envelope in her hands. When was the last time we had a letter? How exciting. Perhaps it's Mother, writing that she will return soon? Perhaps so. Ooh, shit. Oh. Oh? It seems to be addressed to someone else entirely. Perhaps it was brought here by mistake. Then we best send it back. Give it to me, and I will have it returned. A peek wouldn't hurt, don't you think? Oh shit. Lalika watched as the first crack formed in her fragile world. I will dispose of it immediately. Give it to me. But it was too late. The letter inside had already been let loose, and Emily's eyes had already taken the words left for someone else. Sophia. Lalika, I think I will write back. I will let her know that I received her letter by mistake. That isn't needed, please. Just one letter. Thank you, Lalika. Yeah, shit. How many letters had arrived at the door since then? How many times had Emily spoken excitedly about Sophia to her? Sophia. Sophia, Sophia, Sophia. It's always Sophia. Sophia is the crack in this fragile reality. Sophia. I have to get rid of Sophia. Lalika? Her eyes opened with a jolt. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. What did you say? Sophia says she's coming to visit. Oh shit. Another cracked form from the last. It sprawled across reality, threatened to shatter at any moment. Emily, I don't think that's a good idea. The plague? She says it's safe enough to travel now in her letter. Perhaps Mother and Father will return now soon. She forced a smile. But we don't need anyone else here. We have each other. Of course, you are my dear friend, Lalika, but Sophia and I have been writing to each other for... She shook her head as if chasing off the beginnings of a headache. For a long time, anyway. I'm excited to finally meet her. Won't you be excited with me, too? We can all be friends. Right. Friends. I'm sure we'll all be the best of friends. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. For an amount of time that neither Lalika or Emily could really comprehend, the house was suddenly buzzing with life. Her footsteps were light, her days filled with excitement as she waited the arrival of Sophia. Finally, to Lalika's dismay, the day came. The pendulum clock on the wall swung back and forth, ticking down the time. Lalika stared at it, wishing it would slow down even further. 10 minutes, 20, then an hour passed as the two stood by the door waiting for a knock. He seems to be late. Yes.
I think I put a little too much seasoning
maybe a little bit. But I'm sure if you get like a full bowl and eat a full bowl of it, you won't even notice. But in this little bit, it's probably pretty pungent.
Yeah.
Mine. Potatoes are perfect. Goddamn.
What about the carrots? A little bit more?
Perfect.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop wearing the seasoning yet.
Okay. Thank you.
The kids got hot dogs already.
Okay. Good food. Let me adjust myself a little bit and get another. Oh man, I'm out of drink. Oh man, okay. She wrote that she would be here, so I shall wait. With her face hidden from Emily, Lalika scowled. Do you truly believe that it is safe to have visitors during the outbreak? I believe that we have been isolated long enough, and Sophia has written that it is safe. I trust her word. What are we thinking now, Laura? She would not endanger us. And if her pen pal turns out to be a robber in disguise, what then? Emily smiled, to Lalika's dismay. She has a way with words only a woman could have. A lady robber, then. Nonsense. By the way, have you seen my letters? I can't say that I have. A knock sounded at the door, instantly halting their conversation. Emily rose from her place and took a steady step forward before Lalika raised a hand to her. Allow me. Allow me to see if she should truly be allowed entry. The door groaned as it slowly swung open and revealed a young woman who knocked at the door. She was drenched from head to toe. She stared at her, light hair and eyes. She almost looked like a kitten. Instantly, Lalika's dislike for the woman grew. Lalika stepped to the side just in time for Sophia to bounce through the door and wrap her arms around Emily. Her blood boiled. She watched the clothes she had carefully handmade become drenched by someone so unworthy, someone that didn't deserve to even look at Emily. Emily! Sophia? Her arms wrapped around Sophia in return, and Lalika turned away. You're completely drenched. Oh, umbrella. Uh-oh. With a cool anger written over her features, Lalika shut the door. Right. Lalika stood to the side, her arms crossed slightly over her chest. Her long hair reached nearly down to the wooden floor. For the parts that have already been read, I'm not even going to bother reading it again. Emily side-eyed Lalika upon hearing her tone, but Lalika simply looked away. I know she said she's, like, blind in her right eye, but I don't know if Lalika's purposely standing on her blind side. Emily disappeared down the hallway, leaving Lalika alone with Sophia. Right? Has no one told you it's rude to poke around someone else's house? Sophia walked straight past Lalika without even a notion of responding. Hello? You can't see me. Oh. Well, even Lalika didn't know. Good to know. Sophia ran her finger along the edge of the tabletop before reaching to pick up a book that rested there. Don't let her touch it. Don't let her touch anything. She'll break it all. She'll undo everything. God, that writing's killing me. She wants to hurt Emily. She can't find out the truth. Oh God, my eyes. The window shook loudly. The window shook loudly in the wind. With a flick of her small wrist, Lalika allowed the door to fly open, causing Sophia to whip around in surprise. It's so windy. Lalika locked in on the object that Sophia had been reaching for. She rushed forward and took a hold of it, then quickly hid it behind a cabinet as Sophia reached to close the door. Phew. Emily. Sophia spun around, but looked straight through Lalika. Sophia? Our towel. It's not for her. There can't be a next time. Sophia and Emily walked side by side, close enough that their shoulders almost touched. Lalika stared at the place where they almost connected, seething with a quiet rage. These are the guest bedrooms. I have prepared this one for you, for use, and if you find anything not to your standards, you can let myself or Lilika know. Shut up. Oh my god. Your voice disgusts me. Your words are poisoning Emily. Lies. You're lying. Oh my god. Sophia slipped through the doorway and disappeared. Emily smiled widely, while Lilika just stared ahead blankly. Isn't this lovely, Lilika, to have a new face in the house? It feels like forever. Yes, how lovely. I'm glad to see you're having fun at the very least. Are you not? I'm always having fun when we're together, Emily. Alright, so. Same as the other ones. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to go through the other ones as is. Ah, I see. Are you jealous? Worry not, my dear friend. Yep. Just as much. Yep. Did you finish the baking yesterday? The pastries are ready for serving. Right. Lilika's smile at the moment seemed to hide behind it in a tent much deeper than Emily realized. The walls had eyes. Oh god! Eyes that tracked Lilika's every move. They followed her as she made careful, deliberate steps towards the sitting room. They stared at her, eyes bulging, judging. They had no mouths in which to scream, but Lilika could still hear their words. We all sacrificed ourselves for you. Hope. Our only hope. Emily, protect Emily. Prove your worth. Prove your love. Emily, Emily, Emily. Under her feet, a shattered glass pierced through her shoes, cutting her feet. You could feel the blood ooze out, pooling. It was warm, comforting. She looked up to find where the glass had come from. She noticed the cracks once again. Along every wall, floorboard, even through the air. The world was fragmented. It was already broken. Not beyond repair, it's not, my lady. I will fix this still. You can rest. Please rest. I will take care of everything. Anything and everything for you. She blinked. The world reverted to the way it should. Glass that lined the floor gone. Eyes that followed were gone. And the cracks that had begun to wrap themselves around Lilika's ankles disappeared too. She stood in front of the sitting room's door, which was slightly ajar. Inside, Lilika could see Sophia staring out of the large window. Her back stayed still. Her back stayed turned as Lilika entered the room. Of course, it wouldn't be possible for Sophia to turn back and look at her, but Lilika still found herself taking careful, quiet steps. The window shook past the dark, thick curtains. You who would attempt to defy your fate. Why don't we see how long this little game lasts? Why don't we test whose love is stronger? I swear my love is unwavering. My infatuation, my yearning, my desire. You can never even wish to match it. Lilika pulled a chair, roughly dragging the legs across the floor. Yet you dare to challenge me? You dare to test my love. Emily, was that you? Emily? Sophia took careful steps toward the chair, resting her hand against it. Or Lilika? You are nothing. Sophia sat down the chair that was offered to her, while Lilika circled around as if a cat after its prey. Now who the fuck was the noose for? But her steps paused as she heard something strange. Footsteps from above. The master bedroom? In front of her very eyes, Lilika watched the scene unfold. The scene that made her blood run cold and her body freeze in place. My lady. The lady of the house stood beside Lilika. Where before the two had stood eye to eye, now the lady stood taller than Lilika by at least a head. My lady, what are you doing here? The lady removed her shoes and stepped onto the table. Did you come to punish me? Are you angry? I promise I will remove the plague that has entered our home. I swear it upon my undying love. She did not respond.
Self-voicing enabled. Self-voicing disabled.
What the hell? Hang on.
Self-voicing enabled. Instead, she reached up and took hold of the noose. The rope wrapped around her neck.
Never mind.
Self-voicing disabled.
Not happening. The rope wrapped around her neck exactly where the necklace that the maid had gifted the lady should have rested. Join me. Her eyes locked onto Sophia's, her hand outstretched, waiting to be taken. Why won't you look at me, my lady? Are you truly so angry enough to despise me? Yeah, we were all pretty shocked, actually. Hi, Ying. Oh. Hold on. Okay. For but a moment, as Sophia's outstretched hand came closer and closer, the lady's eyes slowly turned to Lalika.
I've burned one time 3 times.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I did by accident.
Why would you go do a thing like that?
It happens. Be careful, it's really hot.
I see that. My hand was hurting trying to hold it. Will you push the keyboard a little bit for me?
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's good. Need more seasoning on it? Or that's good?
Nope.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Ah, there is a rope right there.
A noosh.
A noose.
Yeah.
We're going back now. That's a funny segment to come into. Also, the kids in like or hot dog basically.
Am I surprised? Not really. Oh man. I was gifted a soup. Song should I what? They carried it with a message that only Lalika could decipher. Lalika's body shook. It trembled and trembled until she could bear it no more, and she ran from the room as fast as her legs would carry her. If the hallway still had eyes, they weren't fast enough to follow her. The floorboards, as if made a quick stand, threatened to suck her up and bury her deep within the house. Her feet felt heavy and leaden. Every step was painful as that brief glance. She raced through the hall and up a flight of stairs. Past the stained glass window, which left a myriad of colors over the carpeted steps. Past the doors that led to the master bedroom and Emily's room. Closer, closer, until she arrived at a bookcase. She pushed it to the side and entered the hidden room. I'll text him, see if he can bring me a... The room behind the bookcase was small, and not a single window faced outwards, thus the room was near pitch black. Each wall was plastered with handwritten letters. Handwritten letters, clearly for Lalika alone. Her eyes frantically started to calm as she took in the words left to her, for her, only for her. Lalika's eyes settled on one particular letter. Or look left. Dear Lalika, how wonderful to hear that you're doing well. I've been very busy this week, but most of it's boring, so I won't bog you down with the details. But do you know what happened just yesterday? Of course you don't. You weren't there. I was walking home when I found an abandoned kitten. Someone left it in a box on the side of the road. How could anyone do that? Anyway, I took her home. I named her Lily. After you. It's a little embarrassing writing it out like that. I hope you don't mind. Yours, Marianne. Look right. Dear Lalika, I spent the past week studying. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but everyone needs a break, you know? On my desk, I have a little cactus in a pot. To be honest, a cactus wasn't my first choice, but I've killed every other plant I've owned. Anyway, it bloomed. There's one beautiful flower coming out of it, and I couldn't be happier. So that makes studying easier. I think your environment makes a big difference. How about you? Do you have any plants? I'm looking forward to hearing about it next time. Yours, Marion. Look ahead. Today was tough. I tried my hardest, but I still failed. Do you think life is unfair sometimes? I wish trying hard enough was all it took to succeed. Sorry, I'm whinging, aren't I? I came out of the interview and it was raining. I thought, just my luck. But something interesting happened. A rainbow in the distance peeked out from behind the gray clouds. It reminded me of you. And then when I felt a little better, I feel a little better, I hope we can meet soon. Thank you. Appreciate it. She ripped the letter from the wall, clutched it to her chest, collapsing to her knees. She couldn't hate me. She couldn't. She adores me like I adore her. She entrusted her everything to me. Everything. Her everything. Emily. The letter dropped from her fingers that were neither cold nor warm. You want me to get rid of that disease, don't you? You won't accept me until I protect Emily. Is that right, my lady? I'd do anything. Anything you asked. So if that's all I have to do, then I will do it to keep Emily safe forever. Liko stood from the ground and dusted off her skirt. Her face that had previously contorted in distress had finally calmed, and a smile gently crept to her face. I love you, my lady, and for you, I will love Emily too. Weird. I should light the sconces too. Where did I put those matches? Right here. Jesus Christ. Right. Study? Study? She wants to leave? Leave the house? No. She can't leave. She can't go anywhere. She belongs here. She was entrusted to me. Alone, Lalika stared at the bathroom door, which was shut tight. Behind it, she could hear the water running. She could picture Sophia's body slowly shedding its layers of clothes before she stepped into the hot water. The image was enough to force her hand. Oh, well. See, I misread that tub. I thought it said steel wool lined tub, and I was like, the fuck? The running water sloshed into the steel lined wooden tub. State-of-the-art system, no one else in the country owned anything like it. But how many years ago was that? How long has it been? Sophia leaned over the sink. Right. Her back was turned to Lalika. If she wanted to, she could stab her in the back and it'd be over with. No. I need to keep Emily's trust. She needs to leave or go somewhere she'll never be found. Or do it herself. Lalika stared back, unmoving. Leave. Leave it already. One step at a time, maintaining eye contact through the mirror, Lalika crept closer and closer, until the two were nearly touching. Why do you want to take Emily away? Can't you see that she loves me? Me, not you. Your words are poisoning this household. If you don't leave, I'll kill you. I'll have no choice. I'll just kill you. Sophia whipped around, but her eyes did not focus on any spot in particular. To her, Lalika was gone. Nice. Lalika walked towards the open cabinet and pulled something out. The metal of the razor glinted. Lalika raised it up, and she moved to stand over the bath. With ease, the metal cut into her arm. Drops of blood fell into the water, leaving tiny splashes where they connected. Blood still runs in my veins after all. Sophia rushed past Lalika. I did not read that. The water was a deep dark red. Her slender fingers dipped into the liquid as she were tranced. One later time she stripped bare, her expression hollow and lifeless. Lalika watched as her naked body slipped into the crimson water. Why not just end it here? You're scared, aren't you? Just sink down. Accept your fate. Accept it. I knew this bitch has something to do with this shit. Lalika's wide eyes went from door to the young woman in the bath, then back again. Lalika ducked behind the folding screen just in time to hear the door open. She didn't wait any longer. As Emily stepped into the room to set down the towel, Lalika quietly dashed out into the hall. Before Lalika had even a chance to catch her breath, the bathroom door opened once again, and Emily stepped out with the flushed cheeks. Did you tell her that she must depart? No, she must leave now, tonight, no longer. That woman, that siren, look what she does to our Emily. Take me another bite of my food. Give me a second. Oh, it's so good. Shout out Mex, man. By now, a dozen cracks stemmed from the dozen other cracks filling the entirety of Lalika's world. At any moment, even a breeze would make everything collapse. Lalika crossed her arms over her chest, anger already rising in her chest. Poison dripped from her voice as Lalika left the guest room behind. The house had a heart, and that heart was beating to the same rhythm as Lalika's. It was frenzied, on the verge of losing control. It echoed through her head, through the hall, through to every corner of the building. Like Morse code, it's as if the house itself was telling her to do something. Get rid of her. Cut out the disease. Protect Emily. She bit her thumb, pacing back and forth. Emily will be upset, but Emily doesn't need anyone else. She has me. She won't be upset for long, and she'll forget. That's right, she'll forget. Her breath hitched in her throat. But what do I do? What do I do? She just won't die. My lady, what am I supposed to do? At that moment, Lalika put her door to Emily's ear. Put her ear to Emily's door, listening intently. How about coming away with me for a while? Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? Away? Outside of the house? Yeah. Lalika's hands balled into fists at her side. You think you can take her away from me? Her balled fists slammed against the door, each one set a pain shooting up her arm all the way to her shoulder. Inside, the voices went quiet. Allow her fate. She doesn't belong to you. Finally, Lalika snapped out of her daze. At some point, Emily had left the guest bedroom and was standing a short distance away from her, looking worried. Instead, she took a deep breath and composed herself. But her heart still beat as loud as a drum, and the cracks that seemed to be centered around Emily were spreading at an increasing rate. It's late. You should retire to your bedroom. The hallway was darkened with only a few sconces and candles lit the way, and Lalika relished in it. On a night like this, long ago in the past, she had sealed her fate along with Emily's, and tonight she would seal the fate of another person. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Move that bowl so I don't spill it. The two rose upon the grand staircase side by side. Moonlight drifted in through the glass window. Stained glass window. It seemed to be the only place free from these cracks. Who is trying to get my attention? Nobody important. If she squinted, she can almost see it, almost hear it. That head hitting each step with a loud thunk. Those eyes that would never open again to look upon a woman with scorn. That hand that would never be raised to leave a mark upon pristine skin. The sound filled her with joy. The thought of repeating that fateful night left her footsteps light with excitement. Huh? Lalika, may I ask you a question? Certainly. Oh. Oh, shit. Where did you hear about such a thing? Lalika, who was sitting on the edge of Amelie's bed, stood with unsteady feet. Standing in the doorway, she looked back at Amelie. As her hand rested against the door, the sudden pang went through Lalika's cold heart. She's important to you, isn't she? Of course, her words have always been something that have brightened my day. And even if she were to leave. Leave? Well, I believe she'll leave eventually, Lalika. There's little choice, really. All I can hope is she'll visit again. I see. Good night, Amelie. Sleep well. Whatever Amelie said in reply was lost in the darkness as Lalika stepped out of the bedroom. Oh. As she left the room, she noticed it. A dark shadow stalking through the night, slowly creeping down the hall. She frowned. My lady, you must forgive me. I rarely see Amelie so happy. But she cannot stay. No, she must leave immediately, and I will make her. Ugh. She stood on the grand staircase, outlined in the moon's glow. Sophia, you can't see me, can't hear me, but you can sense me, can you not? The shadow paused, her eyes going up the staircase. There she saw a shadow wrap strangely across the carpeted steps. You will leave this place immediately, and you will never come back. Lalika? The blonde girl pushed a vase from the step, and it crashed into the ground below, shattering into tiny pieces. Sophia jumped in response, a shiver running down her spine. I won't warn you again. Leave. Slowly and unsteadily, Sophia crept up the stairs until her face was almost close enough to touch Lalika's. Is that you? In a small motion, Lalika dropped something from her sleeve. It clattered to the ground at Sophia's feet. She gripped her shirt even more tightly. This is your last chance. I don't care whether you live or die. This is only a favor to Amelie. As if her nerves finally got the best of her, Sophia turned on the spot and ran, back down the staircase, into the dark hall. She followed behind her, slamming doors, knocking things to the ground. Sophia, too scared to even turn around, ran as fast as her legs would take her until she reached the front door. Instead of being locked and closed up tightly, it sat open as if waiting for her to leave. She didn't waste a single second more. And she was gone. She's gone. Gone! I did it, Amelie. I did it. You did what? Uh-oh. No shit. Did you? This isn't what it looks like, Amelie. Please listen to me. Did you force her to leave? No, I'm going after her. Oh shit. Lalika jumped in front of the door, arms spread wide. You can't. Why? It's unsafe to do so. You belong with me. Together. With me. Also, did I tell you me? I've had enough of this. That being unsafe, Lalika, either you moved to the side or any friendship I thought we had was gone. She wavered. Her arms, which held such conviction, began to droop. I have always done what's best for you, have I not? All this time, have I not remained by your side? Please, trust me. I only did what I had to do. So this is what you've decided. Don't come near me again. She turned her back on the blonde woman who had dropped to her knees as she watched her leave. Emily. Good night, Lalika. Ugh. Darkness filled every inch of her brain. A voice screamed out from inside, mocking her. This isn't right. My lady, this isn't right. Didn't I do the right thing? I let her go. I did her a favor, but Amelie is upset. Oh, shit. Oh, my eyes. Her lady offered her no answer. Is this punishment for not doing as you wished? Sophia should have died. She should have died. She should have died. Died. But now she is alive and Amelie is angry. In the dark room, Lalika clutched onto something. Something she kept hidden in the closet, away from any prying eyes. She held it tighter, its green dress falling apart at her touch. Can't you make this all better again? Can't we make her forget? Her forehead fell down and rested against the other person's shoulder. They remained silent, as they had been for many long years. I'm sorry, I'll make it better. We can make her forget, can't we? Can't we start again? Just like before, we can start again. She stood, placing the skeleton of her lady carefully back in the closet. She's got some skeletons in the closet. Keep waiting for me. I promise I will make everything right again. Let's start again, Emily. You and me, forever. Lalika walked into the room holding a tray carefully in her hands. On it sat a teapot, and 2 cups. I brought the tea. Excellent. It smells delicious. She smiled brightly, filling Lalika with happiness in return. May I ask you something? Of course. I found this letter by the front door. Do you know where it came from? Emily held out an envelope. The front was blank. How strange. Perhaps it was delivered here by accident. She took it from her and opened it. At the bottom it was signed, Yours always, Sophia. It seems to be for someone else. I'll mail this back, yes? Thank you, Lalika. I appreciate it. Finished with her tea, Emily stood first and left the room. She smiled. From under the table, she pulled out a stack of envelopes that seemed to match the one Emily had given her. All at once, she threw them into the fireplace. Goodbye, Sophia. Oh. Neat. Neat! Yeah. So, making a prediction. One of them, she's gonna kill Sophia. And the other one, she's gonna run away with Sophia. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all week. Oh, shit. So what do we think of that? Because that was a trip. Potatoes. Try and take a couple bites of this food real quick while it's cooled down. Actually, we got ads coming up. I'm gonna take a break for a minute. I'll see y'all here in a few minutes. Oh, then I gotta do a quick cleanup. Twitch! There's a tree. Then we'll get the last 2 segments done. All right.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you. I actually have a Gamer Subs with me right now. Thank you. Okay, we're just gonna... sever her fate. Emily, I have something. Oh, sorry. Emily, I have something to say to you. You are my best friend. Did you know that? I feel the very same towards you, Lilika. And as such, I feel the need to be truthful with you. You appreciate the truth, don't you? Of course, I trust your judgment very much. Is something the matter? Lie. 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 Your mother contacted me. She believes they will be able to return shortly. Oh, Lilika, this is wonderful news. Indeed, she was very excited for me to pass on her message to you, but... keep lying. She wasn't pleased to hear you had someone visiting without her permission. Oh. I thought she'd be delighted that I had invited a friend. A lie. Of course I pleaded with her that Sophia was a dear friend, but she wouldn't listen. I see. Did she say when she would return? I guess she'll lie. No, but it seems to be soon. Then I'll send Sophia away like normal tomorrow. I can't exactly force her out into a storm, can I? Why not? Lilika? Naturally, I'm just teasing. Of course, it wouldn't be right to send her away at a time like this. I'm glad to hear we've come to an agreement. How pleased am I to know that your mother will return soon. Let's go prepare tea, shall we? Hold on, where is the... Oh. Never mind. Ugh. Okay. Skeep. You say mother is returning soon. Right. Sever her fate. Oh shit. You can hear me now, can't you? Why not just end it? You're scared. You're so terrified. You came here just to see your friend and look what's happened to you. Emily? Yes, Emily. Emily? Where did you go? Where are you, Emily? I want to see you. Shut up! You don't deserve to speak her name. You don't deserve to be in her presence. Why don't you just give up? Just sink deep into the abyss. Isn't it inviting? Sink. Right. I should. Isn't the water so warm and inviting? That's right, just sink down into it. Then you'll finally be able to rest. Emily, you... Right. Destroy her fate. Good night, Emily. Sleep well. Tomorrow, everything will be better. She stepped out of the bedroom, shutting the door softly behind her. The hall was still dark, only with a few candles to light her descent. It was quiet. Everything was asleep. The eyes that followed Lalika wherever she went were closed. The voices crept up from beneath the floorboards were silent. Somehow, that only made Lalika more uncomfortable. But that didn't matter, not now. She knew where she was going and what she must do. She inched closer and closer to that door, the door that held behind it a sickness named Sophia. It was closed tight until Lalika raised her hand, almost as if to knock, but instead she pushed it open and entered. Oh. Just as the hallway was dark, so was the guest bedroom. The lantern had blown out only a short while ago. No sound came from the bed. All was still. She crept closer, closer, and closer, until she stood over the bed like a shadow. The woman underneath her kept her eyes shut tight. Her face was calm and serene. She couldn't help but smile as her hands wrapped around her fragile, pale neck. Her fingers dug into Sophia's flesh, so soft and easily bruised. Still, she didn't even shift. For some reason, that made Lalika even more furious. But the young woman named Sophia laid as still as a statue. Her mind wandered back to another that had done the same in this very house. A young woman who had left Emily in Lalika's care, who had only wanted the best for her daughter. Had only wanted her to be happy. The problem is she'll leave. That's the problem, isn't it, my lady? The cold fingers slowly unwound from Sophia's throat. That she'll leave and take Emily away, but if she stays, then won't Emily be happy? She'll be so happy, always, forever. And then, maybe you can. She withdrew from the room in a rush, her feet carrying her faster than ever before. Through the hall, up the stairs, into Emily's bedroom once again. Oh. The bed was warm and inviting. Lalika enveloped herself in that heat, wrapping her arms around Emily tightly. Lalika, do you want Sophia to stay here forever? What? She will leave if we don't do anything about it. She'll leave and you'll never hear from her again. That's not true, Lalika. She wouldn't just do that. My dear Emily, I just spoke to her just a moment ago. She was already packing up her bags. At that, Emily sat up and rubbed her eyes. It can't be true. Go ahead, check for yourself. Emily, not wasting even a single moment, walked towards her door and peered down. From here, the moon was shining into the stained glass just right. Oh, my nose. Fuck. Oh. I'm having a fucking nosebleed right now. Hold on. Ugh. In the distance, a shadow could be seen moving. Lalika smiled. See? She picked up a toy doll that sat on Emily's bed, a relic from the past. Its straw-colored hair almost seemed to stand on end. Don't you want to keep her here? Don't you want her to be like this doll? Keep her here? Right. Your own special doll who will never leave you. Don't worry, I'll make it happen just for you. Just make sure you're happy forever. Go down the hall to my room behind the bookcases and wait for me. Emily's eyes had glazed over if she wasn't truly there. She stood from the bed and picked up a small black case that rested on a nightstand before leaving the room. Oh? It wasn't long afterwards that Lalika followed her footsteps just in time to see Sophia ascending the staircase. He walked straight past Lalika, who was smiling happily, and approached Emily's door. The door fell open with a groan. Emily, are you in here? Emily's waiting for you. From somewhere hidden in the darkness, a fragile melody filled the air. Almost instantly, Sophia turned towards the sound and began to follow. She sped up to walk beside her. Isn't it great? You like Emily, don't you? Don't you want to make her happy? She'll be ecstatic for you to stay here forever. So why don't we help her to be happy forever? She offered no answer. They entered the room together. Oh? In the center of the room, surrounded by candles, Emily sat, her skirt fanned out around her. Spread out over the floor were piles of letters. Upon closer inspection, each one was filled with words that had been crossed out, signed with yours, Marianne. Emily? Emily, are you awake? Her eyes were shut tight, yet her hands moved enough to play the sorrowful tune. Please listen to Emily. Lilika isn't... And yet what? You're going to leave her, aren't you? Lilika shut the door, dragging the heavy lock across. In response, Sophia rushed backwards to try the handle, to no avail. Emily's eyes finally opened. In a place of her usual golden eyes was a glare of deep red. Snap out of it. Please snap out of it. You want to take her away? Emily, please. One at a time, Lilika blew out the candles on the floor. The room was plunged into darkness. Emily fell forward, her body exhausted. It's nice to meet you, Sophia. I'm sure we're going to have a fun time living together. Since you will be staying with us after all, right? Oh. Lilika, could you please pass the sugar? Of course, Emily. With a smile, Lilika pushed the sugar across the table towards Emily. She picked up the teaspoon and dropped a single cube of sugar into her tea. Would you like one, Lilika? No, thank you. Just being around you makes my tea sweet enough. And you, Sophia? You're awfully quiet today. I'll give you just one. Next to Emily sat Sophia, perfect and pristine. To Emily's eyes at last. But Lilika saw the truth. Her flesh convulsed and pulsated. Her eyes bulged from what was once her head. The shape of Sophia was gone, and in its place was a mound of a person who used to be. Lilika smiled. You know she likes sugar in her tea. There's no need to ask. You're right. I'm so happy. Sophia, Lilika, you are both so important to me. Thank you for being by my side. Anytime. Isn't that right, Sophia? Oh, shit. From now on, it's just the three of us. Oh, shit. Well, that just fucking happened. Well, there's that ending. I don't know. Trying to think what I need to do. I think there's only one choice that I can think of was that very end one. I don't know. See, it was ignoring this, I'm assuming. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Deny her fate. Right. Good night, Emily. Lilika steeled her resolve and stepped out of the room. She first went back to the guest room, put her ear to the door. No sounds could be heard from behind it. Then she noticed something. Someone else walking down the hallway unsteadily. She followed closely behind through the darkness. The other person was only a shadow, their features obscured and hidden. The sound of her light steps on the old wooden floorboards mixed in with the rain that was still raging just outside those walls. The kitchen was by the stairwell. That's right, by the stairwell, but you aren't going to the kitchen, are you? Hand-painted portraits were lined up on rows on either side of the hall. It seems as if their eyes moved to follow Lilika's every move. Sophia stared up at the grand staircase. She seemed as if she were entranced by each and every step. They're waiting for you. Those two people, they're calling for you. Go on, go to them. Sophia's unsteady hand reached for the banister. Her ascent was slow and careful, her eyes fixed on that door. That special door. That room where the maid had met her end, and her most hated person rested beside her. Huh. Oh, yeah. That room where she made a promise to the person she loved. Lilika needed only to reach the kitchen to procure the item she was waiting for. Had been waiting for all this time since Sophia had arrived. A knife with dark, aged stains over the blade and hilt. Long had it sat there, festering, waiting. Desperate for more blood. Like a hunter stalking her prey. Lilika followed behind Sophia, the knife gripped tightly in her hand. The two stood side by side, staring at the door to the master bedroom. It was shut tight, as it had been for countless years. Sophia trembled. With a smile, Lalika reached over to give her arm a squeeze. Go on. You want to know the truth, don't you? You can hear their voices. I'll allow you this much. With a careful motion, Sophia pushed the door open. All at once, countless memories came flooding back of love, hope, of the future, and of death. Sophia disappeared into the dark room, the only light being a candle carried in her hand. A family of mice ran out of the room and down the stairs. The taste of freedom was oh so sweet for them. More quiet than the mice that had escaped, Lalika followed Sophia into the room. Wax stripped from the burning candle onto the wooden floor. She trembled as she reached a shaky hand to the bed. At the same moment, Lalika swung the door closed behind them and plunged the room into darkness. But that darkness didn't matter to Lalika, not to she who knew this room like the back of her hand. Emily, is that you? Emily isn't here to save you. Sophia's eyes searched the room to no avail. I'm sorry I came in here after you asked me not to. I'll just go now, okay? The pale-haired woman fell back into the bed before she had a moment to react. The yellowed bones of the lord of the manor and the maid rattled underneath her, flesh long deteriorated. Lalika smiled. Oh. How long has it been since I last saw myself, truly? What? It looks like we're finally meeting, Sophia. With a leg on either side of her, Lalika held Sophia down on the bed, still smiling. She tried to squirm, to escape, to run free. Her eyes filled with terror. You won't take her away from me. Oh shit. Sophia's scream became a muffled cry before extinguishing fully. Okay. Ew. Finally, my lady, did you see? Are you watching? I've saved her. I've saved Emily. Only when Lalika tried to stand did she notice it. An aged bone poking out from her stomach. Dark liquid dripped out from around it with a slight frown. Lalika pulled it free. Ugh. It's okay. It'll be okay. Lalika closed her eyes. I'm just a little tired. Just sleep for a bit. Her eyes grew heavy. So heavy. So heavy that the only option would be to sleep at this very moment. How could you do that? Lalika, why? Why? Why would you hurt Emily like that? Why did you kill Emily? What? Huh? Her eyes opened with a start, her heart racing faster than it had ever raced before. The room seemed to be spinning, her head throbbing. Then she saw it. Lying on the bed between the two skeletons was the body of a young woman. A young woman with long brown hair. Her dress was stained red. Emily. No, that's not. It's not. Who did this? Who? Sophia? Emily, wake up. Wake. She blinked and the young woman below her disappeared. In her place, Sophia appeared. The room was still dark. Not even a drop of sunlight peeked through the covered windows. What a cruel trick of the eyes. What? Who? She stepped out from the master bedroom just as Emily did, the same right next door. Good morning, Lalika. I was just on my way to see if Sophia has awakened yet. Emily, Sophia disappeared during the night. I believe she went to the same place your parents went. What? That cannot be right. Don't run, Emily. Emily dashed down the hall, knocked quickly on the door to the guest bedroom, which fell open with no resistance. The bedding was disheveled, her luggage strewn about. She wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. Yep. There, come here. Oh, what the hell? Emily froze in Lalika's arms before pulling back completely. What's happened to your face? My face? Lalika's hands went to her face instantly. Is something wrong? Emily's expression had darkened, her mouth shut firmly in a line. Oh god. My face. Pulling a small mirror from her pocket, Lalika finally saw it. A black void of nothingness where her face should have been. She turned and ran down the hall and up the stairs before Lalika could even call out after her. The void seemed to seep out from every something in her skin from the wound at her stomach. That disease-ridden hag. Emily, wait! It's okay, everything will be... Lalika's hand that reached out towards Emily fell to her side. At the top of the staircase, in this manor in the middle of a field far out in the countryside, Emily stood in an open doorway. A doorway that had been open to her in more than years than she could truly imagine. Inside, she witnessed a sight she never should have. Her eyes hollow, her body petrified. Sophia. Emily, this isn't... Stay away from me. Her long brown hair cascaded out around her as Emily rushed to her bedroom, slamming the door behind her. Lalika rushed up the staircase, banging her fist against the locked door. Emily, this is all a misunderstanding. She wanted to hurt you. I've saved you. She fell to her knees, her fist still pounding on the wooden door. A muffled sob came from within, then silence. The void surrounded Lalika, flowing from her wound and wrapping itself around her body. She curled into a ball. Oh shit. The sound of the chair hitting the ground inside the bedroom was the last sound Lalika heard before her eyes closed, and she became one with the void. Oh. No shit. One with the void. Is this really okay? What about the future? Should you try again? Yes? Okay. The room was dark. Emily had long gone to bed, leaving Sophia alone in her room. She ducked her head under the cover, pulled out her phone, still dead. I guess we're gonna keep going. Sophia clutched it to her chest. What do I do? What exactly is going on here? My eyes. It's fucking with my eyeballs. Sophia's butt. I don't know. I think she was talking about seeing Sophia's body in the room. Because Lalika killed Sophia in that room, and Emily was upset. Sophia's body stiffened up. Her back was to the door, but her mind screamed not to turn around. Footsteps crept closer. Closer and closer until... Well, she might have. Now that I'm thinking about it behind that door, she might have. Stay away from me. Sophia threw her bedding at the approaching person and jumped to her feet, ready to run. But the person she saw collapse to the ground was not the person she was expecting. Oh my gosh, Emily, I'm so sorry. I'm actually gonna... Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I didn't catch on to the chair hitting the door. Oh man, she most likely did, knowing this current fucking game. Like I said, I went into this shit like woefully blind. I don't know what's going on. Sophia knelt down quickly, helping the brown-haired girl to her feet. It's quite alright. I didn't mean to scare you. I apologize. No, it's my fault. I'm too jumpy. I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here. Sophia's arm draped over Emily's shoulders as she pulled her in tight. Emily froze for just a moment before she melted into the embrace. I'm here. But is everything alright? No, I don't think everything is alright. What could be the matter? Emily, my phone died as soon as my cab approached your house. Don't you see? She pulled out her phone, showing her the black screen. What exactly is that? My mobile. She picked it up curiously, turning it in her hands. You've never seen a phone? What's it used for? For texting, making calls, playing games, those sort of things? Amazing. Emily, what year is it? What year? Why do you ask? Please? I fucking knew it. 1665. Sophia took a step back from Emily. What is it? Emily, this makes no sense. Lalika, this house, you. Emily, it's 2021. What? Sophia, that's preposterous. Oh my god. She fell back into the bed, her legs not able to hold her up any longer. Oh my god, Emily, you're not joking. You're really... Are you feeling unwell? Maybe you need to get some rest after all. Emily, please listen to me. Out there, the world has changed. We have phones, cars, computers. We don't need a husband. We don't need permission to buy a house. You can go to school, get a job, whatever you want. I know I probably sound crazy to you right now, but please, I'm telling you the truth. You're trying to tell me that nearly 400 years have passed and I've been stuck here? How can that even be possible? I don't know. How long have you been writing to each other? Well, I don't know. It's been 5 years. I need to find Lilika. She'll know what's going on here. No, wait. You can't ask Lilika. Why not? I can't see Emily. I haven't seen her once. But she's been here from the start. I've only seen you in this house, Emily. Something is going on within this house that's kept you stuck here. I think she's the one that's done it to you. Smart. That can't be true. Then why don't we find out together? How? The master bedroom. Lilika was the one who said you can't enter, wasn't she? Please. Sophia reached out, taking her hand carefully. Emily stared at it, unsure before deciding to take it. I don't understand what's going on, but I trust you. Let's go. Yeah. The hallway was still dark with no sign of Lilika anywhere. If she appears, then tell me, okay? Alright. Hand in hand, the two walked quickly through the hall and up the staircase. There they stood in front of the master bedroom side by side. Their hands were sweaty. This reminds me of a different game that I wanted to play. It was, Bad End Theater? Kind of? Obviously, way different premise, but the repeatedly going through stuff to change the ending slightly reminds me of Bad End Theater. No matter what's in here, I'll be by your side, okay? Emily offered no words, instead just squeezing Sophia's hands gently. And at that, Sophia pushed the door open. Whoa. Just like the rest of the house, the room was dark and quiet. Only the moon, shining in from the dirty window, guided the two in. It smelled musty, as if they were in a tomb, only just uncovered, not a bedroom. They crept closer. Sorry, push. Ugh. They crept closer and closer to the bed. It was surrounded completely by a canopy, keeping whatever was inside hidden. With a shaky hand, Sophia reached towards the light velvet, and at once the truth came into view. Emily gasped and nearly fell to her knees, but Sophia's hand kept her steady. I'm sorry, Emily. But they left. They left only a few weeks ago. It looks like they've been gone a very long time. I know this is hard to believe, but I find it just as hard to believe as you do. We have to leave this house now, before Lilika finds us. She knew. I think that you've abandoned this house by her. We need to find a way to leave. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, sure. They only got halfway down the stairs when Emily grounded to a halt. Sophia turned to look at her, her eyes wide with surprise, only to see that Emily's expression was one of immense fear. Lilika, what are you two doing out of bed? Lilika, So you went in there? She nodded upstairs. You lied to me. Only to keep you happy. Happiness, with lies as their foundation, isn't true happiness. And why not? We've been perfectly happy here for longer than you've even existed. And then you came along and... I'm sorry, Emily. I'm so sorry. Lilika burst into tears, wiping at her eyes with her sleeve in a desperate attempt to stop them from overflowing. You little liar. Shoo-shoo. Lilika. Wait, Emily, don't. Emily took a step towards Lilika as if to comfort her. Please don't leave, Emily. Can't we stay here together? Emily, she's lying to you. She wants to keep you trapped here. Please. But, please. Emily! Sophia pulled on Emily's arm, forcing her to turn to face her. Emily's eyes were filled with confusion. I know you two have been together a long time. I know I can't compete with that, but I want to give you the life you deserve. You deserve to be free, to live, to experience everything you missed out on. Not to be stuck here in time forever. I feel like this would be like that one fucking movie where she walks outside and just crumbles into fucking dust. That's what it feels like. Like, yeah, we're gonna drag the person that's over 400 years old outside. Sure. The truth is, Oh. Whatever words were coming next were lost before they were ever spoken as Sophia leant forward and placed a gentle kiss across Emily's lips. The cries from below extinguished in an instant as Alika watched on in horror. Damn. But just for a moment, the rest of the world melted away. All that existed was the two of them. Emily and Sophia. Emily closed her eyes. The sensation was new and foreign, yet not unwanted. Butterflies were let loose in both their stomachs. Where they connected, heat spread through their bodies. And then Sophia pulled away. Okay. Very cute. The truth is, Emily, I've liked you for a very long time. And if you don't like me back, I want to help you. I want to help you live again. Emily, don't listen to her. Okay. A decisive smile came to Sophia's lips. She had no time to dwell on the sudden kiss, nor her confession that would usually make her feel so nervous she could be sick. All she had time for was to escape. Her eyes went down the hall where an enraged Lalika stood in her path. The windows were bolted down, unable to be opened. There was nowhere at all to escape, that is, except... Do you trust me? I do. Sophia didn't need any more of a confirmation. With Emily in hand, she turned, ran, and jumped. What? Oof. The glass shattered as the two girls hit it hard. They fell, surrounded by shards, until they hit the ground below. Huh? The moon shone high from above, shielded away by the storm that never seemed to end. Emily, are you okay? Yeah, I think so. Sophia rushed to Emily's side, quickly helping her sit up. Side by side. Yeah, accurate. They looked up at the remains of the stained glass window. Lalika stood completely still. I can see her. I'm sorry, Lalika, but... She just shook her head. She grasped at her throat with her hand. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. Giving up, she looked back at Emily, holding eye contact. Her expression wasn't angry anymore. It was just sad. She lifted her hand and waved, a slow and small motion before she crumbled to dust on the wind. I knew it! I knew one of you bitches was never gonna crumble to fucking dust. Anyway, it stopped. Lalika. It seemed it wasn't you bound by this house, by her, but the other way around. What am I meant to do now? You're free. You can do whatever you wish. Sophia, exhausted once again, wrapped her arms around Emily, who returned the gesture almost immediately. There, they embraced under the now free moon. Oh. In this manner, in the middle of a field, far out in the countryside, a curse was broken. A young woman freed. What her future held wasn't certain. After all, future never is. But she made her decision on that fateful night. To trust in her future, to trust in herself. No matter what. Nice! Fair enough. No, there's just a movie where... I can't remember what movie it was off the top of my head, but they were like a time traveler or something like that. They were trapped in time somewhere. And, you know, they had stepped out somewhere where they shouldn't have. And they just crumbled. They were just gone. It's like, oh. It was. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And this is by the same people who did A Date with Death. So, I knew it would be fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, more things! Emily, I'm back from my class. Sophia, quick, come here. Is something the matter? No, look. She held a phone screen up to Sophia, who just laughed in response. I've got a 5-star character in that game you like. Isn't it amazing? All I had to do was insert the numbers on that card you gave me. The future truly is astounding. We'll talk about it later. What's this? I'm not sure. It was slipped under the door when you were out. A plain white envelope sat on the coffee table. Nothing on it identified it or who it was addressed to. With little concern, Sophia opened it up and pulled out a letter. But the words may have been in a different language as she could not read them. Oh. Her eyes went straight to the name on the bottom of the page. Yours, Lilika. Wow. Hi, Lupus. Whoops. Okay, well, that was an adventure. Good God. Oh, man. Nice. And honestly, that was really, really good. I did enjoy that. We are keeping up with the studio because they are doing A Date with Death 2 here soon. It's not a sequel to the game, it's a prequel talking about the, how the other death came to be, because the guy with, like, the purple hair and stuff. So we're keeping an eye on that, waiting for that, because that's gonna be fun and exciting. I don't even know what other story games I have that we can play at some point. Gotta figure out what's next. I didn't expect to finish the game that fast. But I'm a really fast reader, so I'm not surprised. Hi, Lupus. My hair would be closer to Amelie's hair, actually. Keeping it up, and it's dark brown. Oh yeah, and I got all the achievements, too. My first 100% official of the game. Yay! I did it! So... that is gonna be it for tonight, but I can probably figure out super quick what we could play next. Are you okay? Goddamn, Lupus. We played A Date with Death, not yesterday, but the day before, Laura. We played it semi-recently. What's up, Cece? Good to see you. I am currently in the throes of deciding what story game we can play next. Not tonight, but a different night. I'm seeing what I even have hanging out here. Yes, let me out of here. Let's see. Oof. I may have, but I'm not exactly the brightest. Damn, Lupus. Ugh. So, story game-wise, we have options. It's still up in the VODs, too. Because we, just like we just did with Amelie, we played it from start to finish. So if you catch the VOD, you wouldn't have missed much. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, I know. I'm not gonna be ready to play that later. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm sifting. We can do Vampire next week. Maybe. Though I don't know. That's not like a visual novel. I don't know. Actually, let me see what's on itch.io right now. Hold on. Y'all come with me. Hold on. We're gonna go take a look at this. What do we got? Oh, yeah, you shush. Oogie boogie. Hell yeah. I wasn't really looking for anything scary per se. Also, I can't wait to play through my own game at some point, because we're getting close to chapter 1 being ready to go. Maybe I can look at just visual novel. 62,000 visual novels. Well, so when I'm talking story game, I'm talking just like we were doing with Emily and Date with Death. Vampire is a story game, but it's a like The Witcher, kind of, sort of, in that realm of story game. Different kind of stories. What do we got in here? I could do Deadplate. But Deadplate gave me issues, so probably not. Not unless I can get it to work. Womp womp. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Not very smart of me. Okay. I think I figured out what we can do. There is a game called Heartstop Tour, which I think is what we will do next Tuesday. Tuesdays are story day games. You just quit your job after your boss insulted your favorite childhood mascot. Now you're broke, bitter, and stuck in a train station with nothing but a sad sandwich and a tacky suit. Then a rich, sweet, and painfully clueless tourist mistakes you for a private tour guide, and for some reason you go along with it. Later, in a desperate attempt to cheer yourself up, you visit that cafe that's home to Comfort Kuma, the pink bear mascot who got you through the worst parts of growing up. But during the chaotic parade accident, the mascot's head comes off, and the guy inside is really, really cute. Love doesn't knock when you're ready. Sometimes it shows up in the form of a lost himbo with a camera, or a man who wears a pink bear suit for a living. You're unemployed, underdressed, and absolutely not qualified for this mess. Okay. Alright, sure. Well. Yeah, goats are red and green colorblind, apparently. I didn't even know that. I am a goat. I learned that semi-recently. So, well, we have our game for next week. That looks super good, too. It's got really good art on it. Looks super colorful. Beautiful. But, yeah. Neato, I'm actually going to take, because I am a bit of an idiot, and I will forget. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Okay, so, I'm going to go to EP Town, because I am tired. It hath been a long day. And my voice is not my friend. Let's see who is on. I love a good story game. I'm a big, visual novel dating sim fanatic. The features on my... Yeah. Yeah, that's, version 3. I have a 1, 2, and a 3. Hopefully soon a version 4, but... soon. Goat. If I remember correctly, a fawn. I say Satyr Locks, it's just easier to say, but she is a fawn. Fawns are typically female and gentler. Satyrs tend to be wild. No, it would be similar. It would keep her base stuff, her green hair, her horns, and her outfit is her iconic outfit. So it would just be a different art style. Damn. Who do we got? We can do Tabby. We can do Ada, or we can do Barley. Who are we thinking, guys? Wow. I do see Barley the Burr is on. We usually don't head in there because he's usually not here when I'm here. You can do that. I can't spell. You're gonna make me bald as I'm leaving? Bruh. I'm gonna see her poorly. Wiener. You'll see me tomorrow. We raid again tomorrow. Well, we stream again tomorrow. Oh, man. But, like I said, I will see everybody tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? I forgot what we're even doing tomorrow. Because I'm a genius like that. Power World. Night. Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone.